Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned into the cut.
Cutting and scratching.
Cut.
My cut is correct.
Each cut is totally arranged.
Why chillin' the cut.
Yo. Welcome to The Cut. Uncle Catfish, DJ IV.
Yes, sir.
This week we have an absolute legend again. We keep doing it, keep bringing them in. You know it.
The legends stay
There's
coming.
so many things to say, but let's just start with this. It's Knucklehead in the building. Knucklehead. It's long overdue, man. It's real good to have you here in the cut.
Listen, man, it's a pleasure, man, and it's an honor for me to be here, man. Honestly, I seen the last few podcasts you guys did, and I just love it. I just love the platform. I love it. I love what y'all doing, man.
You know we had to have you up in here.
Especially, you know what I mean? And both you guys yourselves, too. You guys know you're legends of what you both do, too. So,
Oh, man.
Thank
for
you,
what
sir.
you guys
Thank you,
are both
sir.
doing,
Appreciate that.
long overdue from a different point of view, from not just the rapper or the artist, other motherfuckers, man. So,
Right.
mad respects to y'all too, man. Thank y'all for
Oh,
having me, man. Thank
all
you.
right.
Applause, man.
Let's see how he feels in about 2 to 3 hours, you know?
Oh, man, I'm already good, man. My attitude ain't gonna change, man, unless it's
Unless it gets,
that like that,
like that.
right, like that.
Okay. Good start. I like that we went there right away. I want to jump in with before we even get anything, let's just do this. I like to start with something I call first cuts. I want to know about the very first time that you rapped in front of a group of people. Not necessarily a performance, legit like performance, but maybe just people, just a group of people.
Well, first time I rapped in front of people was my mom and her friends and stuff. But that was when I
How
was
old
a
are
kid.
you?
I was probably 7, 8.
Spitting
But I was
gun bars?
I was no, never that. Just kid rap and stuff.
Yo, mama.
What I seen on TV and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Never that. Just emulating what she wanted me to do and do that little
Right.
dance she was doing.
Yeah.
That stuff. But I never started rapping until I was actually like 9,
Okay.
10 years old.
Right.
9, 10.
And then it was like, I'm rapping now, for real.
Well, it was, I want to see what happens and keep seeing what happens, and I keep getting in, and a whole bunch of other stuff happened amongst that. But
Right.
me knowing what made me want to rap
Yeah.
was me seeing Big Daddy Kane, 89, at the American Music Soul Train Awards, American Music Awards, something like that. Anyways,
In
he was on stage,
1989, Big Daddy Kane.
and I told my mother and my sister I was going to be on TV. That's what I was going to do.
Big Daddy Kane is fly as hell.
Oh, he's fly.
Still fly as
Who's
hell.
better than Big Daddy Kane with appearance and delivery back in those times?
I think Big Daddy Kane was an evolutionary figure.
But
Like he
here-
moved the marker for what
but
it
here-
was to be an MC.
And here in hip hop can be this way and this way and this way and still looked at as that one person.
Right.
That's dope.
And he still got like so much fresh live show game. Like,
Oh,
Right.
oh
With
man.
dancers.
Oh, cause like
Dancers, man.
there-
Come on, man.
there's a video I can't remember. It's somewhere in New York, and he's like, Big Daddy Kane. He goes all out, right? Fur coats. You know what I mean? Nice as hell, like
Flat top,
fresh as
smooth.
cause you know how it is. And he goes out and he's spitting and he said something and he dropped the mic, and then the beat stopped and everything, and he fucking pick up the mic and he goes
Like nothing happened.
I dropped the mic and I still make it look good. Boom, beat comes back in, reverse goes right back on.
Big Daddy Kane. and just because we're talking about Big Daddy Kane, I was sitting before I came down here tonight. I'm looking. I get a picture that has Big Daddy Kane, Jay-Z, Method Man, Notorious Big, and I'm looking at them, and they're forming a thing. And as it's going down, as I'm looking at them, it's going to one person, and that one person is Old Dirty Bastard. And I'm just saying to myself, wow, I like all 5 of these guys a lot. A lot. They're all dope. But that one guy, and Old Dirty Bastard and Big Daddy Kane had Old Dirty Bastard on his album. And my shit just goes way back with Big Daddy. So that's just that, you know what I mean? Like, once I seen Big Daddy on those music awards and he was dancing, he was doing this thing, and
Yeah.
I
You're like,
told my
"That's what I
mother I'm gonna be on TV doing that.
What
I
was your
said
first
that.
rap name at that age?
I had all kinds of different names. At that point, I think Titan T.
Titan T, damn.
Titan T.
Too bad the
he
Tennessee
just- he
Titans
just
didn't
dropped the-
exist then. They
but-
would have had all your
right,
logos
but I
sewn
love
up.
Titans are my favorite football team
How'd that
just
work
because
out?
of that.
Okay.
Just because of that. I'm not, and I used to like the 49ers, but I jumped to the Titans as soon as they came
Right.
into existence.
Right.
But when my name was Titan T, they just dropped the Titan, or they just dropped the T and just called me Titan. But then I went to 9 yards.
9 yards. The whole 9 yards.
Right. Right.
Whole cloth.
Because of right.
Right.
Exactly. And that was my name.
It feels like
for
a big
minute.
fashion reference to me as well.
Well, my fashion was just rugged.
Rugged?
Just like the army type of shit. And
Yeah.
whatever everybody else wasn't doing
Yeah.
is what I was doing. I was very wild in my young days. Very wild. A lot of people know me. A lot of people know that me too. When I say that me,
Yeah.
that me of being
Wild
that young.
T?
Big afro, braids, wild and out, fucking, you know what I mean?
remember you-
less
you was
less facial hair, but more hair up top.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Strange
Braids
how
and
that
shit.
moves over time.
That's I
you
said
know?
that in one of my lyrics too, though.
Yeah,
How it came up.
slides.
You know what I mean? But I was just a lot of energy, and I was just misunderstood energy.
Yeah.
And misguided.
If you weren't making music at that same time, do you think you would have more time to devote to get to being wild, so to speak? Like, was it? I mean, it's a cliche question.
It wasn't even that. It wasn't even that because
Yeah.
I knew when it was time to get wild.
Yeah.
It would happen
On
the snap
jump.
of- Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and it's not even the point of that.
Mm.
It's knowing that I'm getting wild, but it's about to pick up, so I'm just letting it go instead of holding on a little tighter
Right,
as it let goes. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? I was just letting go and being wild and shit would happen. All kinds of shit would happen. But that's in those times. But being in the shit for so long, you learn how to build and you learn about yourself, what you can do and what you can't do. So
Yeah, man, I definitely
growth.
can
It's called
relate to
growth.
that. No, I can relate to that.
Growth.
I got periods I feel lucky that I came through them relatively unscathed, let's say.
I have those
For
thoughts
sure.
every day.
Me too.
Every day.
A different turn and
Every day. But
Very different.
it's just me thinking, me making it through another day because I know what I'm dealing with, of who I am.
I think when we're young we
Of
feel
who
invincible.
people-
We
of
don't
who-
think about that
Right.
next day thing.
Right, but now I know that people know me.
Yeah.
So I have a whole different view of me, of what I should be doing and how I should be carrying
Right.
myself, as opposed to 10 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, they knew me, but I was still on that young tip
Right.
where I was going through that transition of knowing yourself and finding yourself. You can't do certain things, and you have to grow.
You got to.
have to.
If you don't grow, you die.
You go through bad things to make you. Mistakes make you learn.
For sure.
What you don't know,
It is the people that don't learn from mistakes
That's-
that don't learn.
Right.
Basically.
right? And I was always a younger. Everybody I grew up with was always older than me. I was to the point where I was the youngest, and then there was younger ones, but they were just too young.
Right.
But I was the youngest one under everybody coming up. And as I'm coming up, I'm seeing everybody, this person's doing good, this person's doing bad, this person something bad. I'm not doing that. This person, blah,
Right,
blah, blah,
right.
this person's good. Now this person's coming down, I'm not doing that.
Right.
What I'm
So
doing.
who are you looking at that you were like, I'm gonna do that? Was there anybody that sticks out that you were like, hey, that's a path I want to
Man,
follow?
Well, I mean, that's a good question, man. One person I can always date back to is somebody that put me on the hip hop. Is my Uncle Scott.
Yeah.
My Uncle Scott, man, and I gotta big him up always because I remember him playing the music when I was young. He's
Right.
my mom's youngest brother.
Right.
My mom has.
Shout out to Uncle Scott.
My mom has six brothers, and
Damn.
she has 7 brothers and 6 sisters.
Wow.
He's the youngest. Of the
7
whole
brothers
family.
and so 13?
14. There's 14.
Oh,
with
because
my
of her,
mom.
right?
Yeah,
right,
14. 7 girls and 7 boys.
Holy crap.
He's the youngest of the whole. He's the one that was always playing that hip hop music
Right.
and had the Walkman hooked into his car.
The yellow one?
Up, yeah, yes, the Sony.
The waterproof. You gotta have that.
Shockwave.
Man, I got jumped in Dartmouth
Shockwave.
for one of those.
Man,
Really?
people
Yeah.
want that, or they was taking that Walkman,
Not
or they
even
was
far
taking
from
the
my
earphones, man. Them Shockwave earphones.
Yeah, those were the
had
killer ones.
They had the vibration,
bass,
man.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah.
Send waves like shockwave to your brain, hold your head.
Killing it.
Them earphones was
So
something, man.
Scott was definitely a big influence, and you even hearing that sound and like
Definitely.
yeah,
and just seeing him being as close. He was the last one that was in age of
closest to
a
you,
father
right?
figure, but it was like a brother figure too.
Right.
And he was the one, he was cutting my hair, giving me the high top fade before the next person that started cutting my hair, before the next person started cutting my hair, which I'm going through these transitions of eras of times
Right.
because the last person that was cutting my hair is the same person that cuts my hair right now.
So you mark your life by who cuts your hair?
No, I mark my life by
Hold on a second. Just to make, I want to make sure I understand.
no,
because
but,
you were
but
like,
that's a big thing
is that
though.
what-
That
Can
just
you-
because those certain
I
people,
felt like you dropped some science that I
but
don't fully understand.
but those certain people, I'll say
The markers with the hair
I'll
thing.
say it to you like this: the people that cut my hair,
Yeah.
were my Uncle Scott.
Okay.
Before, and then my mom took me to a barber that fucked my hair up.
Right.
But then after that, I'm never going back to a barber like that again.
No.
I'm either going to my Uncle Scott, which next came in school. For people that don't know school, that's fucking Bubbles. That's my fucking cousin,
Shout
my
out to
brother.
Schoolboy.
He's my motherfucker. That's my partner.
Mm.
He's my other half of my inspiration too. After him, it became Marvin KL because he
Shout
Shadow
out.
Ascensions.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
My brother.
Yeah.
And because he started taking it to the next level, that's where it ends for me. Once I know that.
So do you
And-
see like hairstyles though and that kind of thing? Can you delineate different sort of times of your growth through
Definitely. Oh, 100%.
that? Right.
Because
So are those different people that you need in a way?
When-
Because I
when-
think
when-
a good barber in that relationship is totally like, there's a vibe. You're talking about things, letting stuff off your
Always.
chest. So
Always.
are these like different people that sort of you needed at different times?
Well, I never needed them. They was just there, and they
Just
could
the
do
right
it. They-
vibe,
They were
maybe.
doing that, but it was the right vibe. But
Yeah.
with school, after my uncle, because my uncle was a grown ass man, and I'm still coming up, and I'm a kid. When me and school was we're cousins on both sides of our family,
Right.
but we like brothers.
Right.
So me and him doing our thing, we was doing our thing our whole life. But once he picked up the clippers and started fucking around and giving everybody little cuts, and yeah, that was nice, man. And then bringing it down a little closer and doing a little, yeah, that's nice, man. But he never really pursued it like
Right,
that.
right.
But he was the one for us,
Right.
for me and my cousins, and
Right.
he was the one. You know what I mean? So he was doing that, but then while he's doing that, he's still doing whatever he's doing. You know what I mean? I'm still young, following him.
Right.
Now I'm following him because he's the one giving me haircuts. He's the one now that I'm out running around with, and I'm
Right,
not
right.
just a little kid. I'm out running around with now. So, and the haircuts and influence. I think he knew something about that too. He just knew something. You gotta have a fly haircut, no man. You gotta have a fly haircut.
There's something about it.
Something
It's the
different.
way you
Don't-
present yourself.
Well, and that's just it. That's just
I want
it.
to stop here for a second. You
Presentation.
mentioned Marvin, and shout out to Marvin, of course, and great interview with Marvin. If you're watching this and interested in who that is,
Definitely.
go back, check
Check
it
out.
out.
Show them
We're
up.
literally putting down the history here,
That's my
people,
dog, man.
person by person. You've been part of some very important and very epic groups. Like important and multiple ones. Like as I
Makes
write
me
down, I know
smile.
I'm like, we got a Mad Craze, 365, Ground Squad, Ground Squad. Yeah, that's huge. But so talk to me. Which of the first? Talk to me about the beginnings of like take me
Mad
back.
Craze
When
is
do you
my whole
when
life.
do you link with the beginning of that? People don't know, right? Like the person watching this going, I'm so interested. But when
Well-
did that start?
well,
where are you? How
Mad-
does it begin?
That craze is me in school.
Yeah,
Me in school, we're cousins.
but more like brothers.
And we're cousins on both sides of our family. It's really deep.
Yeah.
But me and
Is
him.
this Lucasville connection?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our family is family. Like I'll break it down for you.
Yeah.
His father and my grandmother are brother and sister.
Okay.
So my dad and him
Yeah.
are first cousins, which makes us second cousins.
Yeah.
That's on our father's side. On our mother's side, his mother and my mother are sisters. So we first cousins.
Whoa.
So we first and second.
You're hella
cousins.
related.
We real
crazy,
deep.
man.
That's
We
crazy.
real deep. I don't know nobody deeper than
No,
that.
that's-
I don't know nobody deeper
Yeah,
than
yeah.
blood like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, after my Uncle Scott with the haircuts and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
I mean, and then it pretty much is it was school had his homie, this guy KV, white guy from Sackville. They was rapping, doing it, and there wasn't even really rapping. They just spitting freestyles, whatever, little verses here and there.
Yeah.
They did it one night. I was with them, and school told me, he said, "Yo, go home, and when you come out, write a verse. I want you to write a verse about ice cream." And I was like, "Ice cream?"
Ice cream.
So I went home and wrote about flavors and shit of ice cream.
It makes me think of Black Sheep.
I spit the verse. He was like, "No, man. I was talking about like girls, like your flavors. Mind you, I'm like 9 years old,
Right.
10 years old. I'm like, man, I didn't know that,
Different
man. Like,
flavors
you,
of cooties.
You didn't break it down for me and let me know, like, yeah. But I'm only a kid.
No,
too,
that's what I would be
man.
like.
I'm 9
Girls is
years
gross. I hate
So
them like toast. I'm a
the verse I spit, I don't even know if I wasn't. I scrapped that immediately.
Right.
Went back and wrote something
So wait,
totally different.
You wrote ice cream bars though? You were way ahead of your time.
I was rapping about flavors of ice cream. I like ice cream. Every kid like ice cream.
You were way
Every
ahead of your
kid like ice
time.
cream.
You're
But I
so
mean-
About butterscotch ripples.
you were way ahead of your time, man.
Right, and if I would have knew, I would have said something about a nipple, but
It's perfect.
I didn't do that. And
Bars
that's-
complete themselves.
whatever I spit, he didn't. He was like,
Wasn't
"Yo,
feeling
no, it's not it, man."
Right.
And I scrapped that, and then I went home because it was the weekend, the end of the weekend. I
Right.
seen him that next weekend, and I came out, and I had 2 more things. I went home and wrote, and came back out, and at the end of the weekend, we sat down and wrote a verse together, back and forth. And man, from there was me and him was gonna do something.
That was the beginning of Mag.
And I mean, and it was the beginning, but then we, his sister, our first DJ was his sister's boyfriend.
Who's
where DJ Nasty Nuck, shout out DJ
Nasty
Nasty
Nuck.
Nuck. People know what I'm on. Nasty Nuck, he was our first official DJ, and it was just me and him. And we would go up his house up in North Preston. While she was up there with him, he would come downstairs with us and throw the record on and throw beats on and just cut it up and let us grab the mic and spit and record. We take it back home on the tape and play for everybody. And from there, I had to bring somebody in right from there off of that because it was me and him.
Yeah.
And that person was Short Shane. I had to bring Short Shane in. And
R.I.P.
once we brought him in, he already had another member to bring in, Big Fella. So he brought in Big Fella. And then Unknown, there's another member that he was right with Short Shane. We brought him in and we started running. We was running together.
I want to ask you a question. I've asked this before, and I want to try to get this down so we get the history down. What made Short Chain so special? Because everybody that knows anything, there's a special place.
It was his
Like it-
personality, man.
Everybody.
It was his personality more than anything. Because he
Yeah.
was never a person to give off. You would never feel a vibe of hate or negativity from him.
Yeah.
But him being just the smallest person, but when he speak,
Yeah.
being the biggest voice.
Huge.
Just for me, I want to say this, but I want to set the record straight for anybody. Anybody that don't know, I don't even need to look in the camera. I'm just going to
Look
tell
right
you
at
this,
me
but
then.
let them look at me
Okay.
when I'm saying
Listen
this.
to the
But
man here.
anybody wants to know something about Shane, they ask me, because I mean, yeah, there's people that know him, and you had times with him and stuff, but I know that guy. I stood in playgrounds and we talked about. I don't even want to say what we talked about,
Right.
but we talked about, and we went through, and I sat with him when it wasn't music involved, when it was just, and I'm sure other people have too, but as long as I've known him, when I met him, I met him when I was in grade 3. Wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was the first one
Whole life.
to meet him,
Yeah.
besides Dirt Rascal, because that's his cousin.
Yeah.
But Dirt Rascal was younger than us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he wasn't in school when Short Shane was in school. I was the one. I'm me. And I'm not trying to take no kind of credit or whatnot. I just want people to really, everybody gets bigged up all the time. People give them their flowers when they can smell them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've
That's what
heard
we're
that.
trying to do
We've heard
right
that.
here.
Right, but we've heard that saying a lot. But give them their flowers when they can smell them, man. But
I've heard those words come out of that man's mouth, man.
Also,
That's the plan right here.
too, for the people that really know those people, and for certain people, man, acknowledge them too, man. Give them some light, just because they the ones. I'm still. Shane don't never die with me. A big thing for me is since Shane passed away, it'd be almost 12 years coming up. That 12 years ago, I wasn't in the position I'm in right now. I always think God works in mysterious ways. I was told by somebody that IV knows, that I know, that he knows, that I know you know too. But this person told me, man, when you by yourself, man, when you're not in a group, you'll see things happen for you, and it's gonna pick up for you. And this person seen me be in a position to being in the position I'm in now, because I'm solo and I'm by myself and not with my main groups.
Right.
And I always think back, man, the only person that rode as hard as I did with me was Short Shane. And he's not here.
Straight out.
But he's gone, and I've never been as big as I've ever been at this point, because of whatever reason. But I think like God works in his way. Like he took Shane, but man, I've never been on a roll like I've ever been in the last 5 years. I've been all over the place.
Sounds like
just been
Shane's
blowing up.
still here grinding with you.
I know Shane's. I hold it down for him every day, and that's something that I just know that I don't need to speak about him no more. I'm at peace with him. I talk to him when I talk to him. I know he's everywhere as I go. I know he knows everybody that I know, and they know him too. So I know that they have their little, when we doing things, they have their moments because they can see me going through something, or just they know the moment and what it would be.
People don't go away when they're not forgotten.
That motherfucker,
so remembered, right?
He
He's so
was
important.
still the spot at any point. Like,
no disrespect to your own albums, man, but when he's on
man,
tracks with you, it's like maybe.
Listen. That's the reason why I roll with him. Me and him.
He's
was
a tough guest to have on a track.
Me and him was the Midnight Pimps.
So good.
The Midnight Pimps.
Break down the Midnight Pimps for me a little bit.
Midnight
I mean, it
Rolling,
sounds
man.
a little self-explanatory, but
well, I'm married now, but we was out with broads doing
at midnight,
late night, midnight with girls here and there, and
is there any way we can bring in Big Pimpin' just underneath? You know,
dun, 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 dun. Come on, man! Like we was doing that back then, though. We was doing every styles that you hearing, man. That's him. That's Shane.
Yeah, man, he's fresh
Shane
now.
He's way before
He's
his time,
fresh
man.
now.
I mean, the people that I was in my groups with, man, I was never the best one, but I am one of the best ones.
Well, you were in groups with like incredible MCs, so
There's a lot of them.
I'm not saying this about you, but if somebody was
there's a
the
lot.
worst of those groups, they'd still be a really like the worst ball player in the NBA is really,
But I
really
know,
good.
I
right?
know, but I was never the worst.
Well, talk to me about
I might have been the
Who was the worst?
I
Let's try some
I don't
gotcha
know.
journalism.
I don't know.
Who's the worst MC you've ever known? Unless you want to answer
serious.
that question.
I'd have to think.
Probably me. Check out some YouTube I do, man. They're weird bars.
I have to say my sister and my
It's
cousin.
like backpack gun bars.
That's back when I was young, just to put somebody on blast, throw them on. That's my sister and my cousin. But that's when I was young. That's when I was recording on tape and putting the ghetto blaster side by side, doing that.
Pause tapes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Stuff
Doing
like
all
that?
stuff. Yeah, that's a long time ago. But no, I would never put nobody on blast like that because everybody was grinding and working.
Hell yeah.
Trying to develop himself and
I also
keep
think
himself in their position. Like
huge
that.
difference between a person who's like whack and continues to be whack and someone who you could be
Well,
like they used to be whack but look where they are now,
They're
right?
not-
Like
right,
everybody
right.
has to start somewhere and be
But-
like stumble and learn.
But the difference between that is knowing you're whack, but I was never whack, but knowing I wasn't the greatest
Yeah,
or the
made
best.
you more hungry.
But being amongst those guys helped me get to where I'm at now.
Right, right.
It
Yeah.
put me in point.
So many different
Help me
styles
step
to
my
look
game
at
up.
too,
Yeah,
right?
help
To
me
learn
step my
from.
game up.
Help
So
you
many
keep your
different.
Made me
blade
step my
sharp.
game up. Definitely.
Yeah.
Always, man. Always keep
Yeah.
you on point.
So we
And that's-
started with a little mad craze,
Yeah.
but let's move to another one of the seminal groups here. Like, how does
just before you
how do we
ask that
transition into
question,
these other?
I just want to shout out that a couple years later, Israel +1. That is my man Reed.
Shout out to Reed.
His name is Israel, but he's +1. It's Mad Craze Original 5 +1. He is +1. His name is +1. So it's 5 +1, which is 6. Is him. That's Mad Craze, and our DJ Ruckus, white guy, only member of Mad Craze, white. He's the DJ. That was the DJ after Knock, after Nasty Knock.
Okay.
But there's history behind all that too. But
So what if
it's just how?
What if
it's how
Israel
you
makes
grow
a
up.
claim that he doesn't know that he's on that Stuck in the '90s album?
He wouldn't.
He wouldn't know that he's on there.
No, he knows.
Oh,
He knows he's on that. He knows he's on that.
yeah.
He knows he's on
Does
that.
he?
Not what he
I was
said
in
the
the
other
studio
day.
when I was in the studio.
I
with him when
didn't
he made
trust
that.
him when
he
he-
may not remember
No,
that he was
I
on
think
that.
I said to him I didn't believe him when he said that. I think he was trying to, stoke a little fire there.
That's probably
I was
what
like,
it
man,
but
you
he
don't-
knows. He knows. I got mad tracks at home.
I
that
just
ain't
feel like
released
Israel's
that
not
ain't-
one to let a whole recording of himself be out there for long without knowing about it and being okay with that.
But if you
if
look,
possible.
but like I said,
Right.
look, like I'm saying, the track is out there. He obviously put it on a track that where it can be out there.
yeah.
It's out there.
Oh, I know. I've been bumping it, man. I've been bumping
The
it.
track is called Positive Influence.
And if Reed isn't a positive
Right.
influence,
Exactly. right.
all I know is that he's calling the shots
man.
and at the bar ordering shots.
I love him, man.
some bars.
That's
like that.
him. That's what he's on and off camera, behind and front.
Tell you, man.
That's him. But I mean, I love him.
Me too.
I love him. I've done some stuff with him too, man, like short films and stuff, and
Were you in Driving While Black?
that's me.
Yeah.
That's me and him,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And
That's
he-
a great short film.
I mean, I told him I'd do whatever he wanted me to do. He gave me the dialogue. I read it over. I studied it. I came in. I stood where he went, and I did what. It wasn't hard. It wasn't hard for me to do that role or to work with him.
Was it well written? Was that why it was easy?
Well, I just know the situation,
Yeah.
so we'll leave it at that.
Well, not much,
But-
not a lot of acting, right? Needed for that one?
No, except for just take and cut.
Well,
and
yeah,
take
but I
and-
mean, unfortunately, the reality of Driving While Black is something that in Nova Scotia you probably get a lot of practice before the camera gets turned on.
Well, that to me. That's an issue right now too, because I'm under some shit that some allegations that I was supposed to be driving while I wasn't driving, and I'm just going through a legal issue right now
I understand.
that I don't want to. But when
you
when I
can't
do
speak
win,
on it,
when I
that's
do
good.
win, I want to fight, but I want to make sure that when I go to fight,
We don't want to trip that up at all.
right. So
Yeah.
I just don't want.
No, no.
You know what I mean? But that whole movie was that. But that's part of what I'm gonna say in my case and on show.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I have when I show footage and I have my witnesses and
exactly.
drop it, and now when you drop it, I'm coming back at you now. You know what I mean? Like on some real shit. Because you fucked me around for this long, cost me money, this and that, and because I'm black, and because you think that, and I'm saying because me being black, you fuck me around because I'm black, because I know the people that I'm dealing with, that's how they're looking at me.
Right.
So that's just that.
All right.
But
Let's.
the movie, I wouldn't have did that with him if I didn't believe it. I wouldn't have did that with him if I didn't feel or believe it. Right. I mean, I don't really have too many roles that I do that aren't off on my character. It's gonna take somebody want me to play a character that I have to get into that role and be something that's not what I do or be not me.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So
Well, I wanted to ask you as one of the sort of like first things, but we're kind of moved out of that already. Like, we're talking about rap. Like, there's so much, and I think one of the things that would be, see if you agree with me. I think that you're a creative person. Like, if you took away rap, I can't really, took away acting, you'd still have to like make stuff and be creative and fashion. I even, like there's all these things that I can just feel like you're a guy who needs to make stuff. But when was the first time that you sort of acted like or thought about that? I mean, it feels to me like they were tied together early on with your mom. That it wasn't just
That's what it
rap;
was.
it was like entertain.
that's pretty much
Somewhat,
what it was.
like,
Once
put her on a show.
When she would call me out the room,
Yeah.
I gotta perform and perform, like sing and dance.
Right.
And if I'm not
And
dancing,
on the
do something funny for the people, or do that little, make them laugh.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Whatever. What
So
you
when's
do.
the first time that you acted though, where it was something where you're like, hey, I'm acting?
My uncle Scott. My uncle
Man,
Scott had
shout out
me,
to Uncle
and
Scott.
what's that mall in Bedford?
Bedford
Sunnyside.
Place Mall?
Sunnyside.
Mall.
Sunnyside, not Bedford Place. Over
Right
this
across
way.
from the chicken burger though.
On the same side as the chicken
Yeah,
burger,
Sunnyside.
but that's Sunnyside. Yeah.
That's Sunnyside.
I was in there when I was like, I want to say like 8, 7, 8, 9,
Shit.
and we was on TV, on CTV, ATV, something like that.
Probably ATV back in that day.
ATV.
Yeah, man.
And I was and my cousins know I used to be able to
see that light.
spin on my head. I would get up in my grandmother's kitchen, get close to the counter, and position myself up on my head on the floor, and push myself out from the counter, and spin on my head. And my uncle put me in that breakdancing thing, and I did a little whatever, and I got up on my head, and I spun around.
The shit.
Yeah, like I was mad young, and
Was okay, so then was
the,
that a
the reason why
continuous
that's
thing?
what my uncle was, like I said, he's the one that he brought me out to these places. He used to let me ride with him while he was going to do whatever he was doing. Like his Saturday afternoon, he was bringing me out to ride with him,
Right.
letting me chill. When he get out the car, I'm playing with that little Walkman that was hooked to his car, and I'm changing the tape, and I'm putting Big Daddy and taking DOS effects out,
Right.
and going to, you know what I mean.
The cool uncle.
That's my man.
Yeah.
That's my man.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Uncle Scott again, man. I love him, man.
So then was there a continuous run of acting from then? Or like was there a long break until a lot of people that
No,
are gonna
there
see
wasn't-
this
there-
are gonna know you, of course,
This
from
is the
Trailer
this is
Park
the answer you're looking for right here.
I don't know what I'm looking
No, this is the answer you're looking for. I'm going to tell you right here. Look, this is the answer you're looking for.
Are you psyched?
When I told my mom I was going to be on TV, and when I was 9 years
When you
old,
said,
and when I
I'll
was about
be the Big
in
Daddy King.
89, 90,
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
told her I was going to be on TV, I always wanted to be on TV for music.
Right.
I wanted to rap
Right.
and be on TV.
The Big Daddy King.
You want to be big. Yeah.
I kept doing my music with everybody, with just people saying, you're not going to do it, stop that and go to school and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I kept doing that, and that led me to having an audition for a TV show, which I went in with 9 people, and I landed a role that they liked that person. Whatever I did,
Right.
I landed on TV. So
So this is the Trailer Park role?
me landing on TV, it's not because of music. It's because of they seen something in my personality that they liked to
Right.
see on screen,
Right.
or whatever they saw.
Right.
But I envision myself, like I said, being on TV through music, not just being an actor.
How did it feel then to be on TV, like, not for music, but in the show? You're very affiliated with music. Like, it's very much sort of a.
And I still do.
You kind of
I
are
had
on
to
there for
adapt.
music.
It was a big adapt. You had to.
It must have been
I had to change
odd.
I had to grow. I had to grow. I had
How?
to adapt.
What'd you have to grow?
Smoking, drinking, late. What you can do, what you can't do.
Oh, like-
being prepared.
Right.
I had to grow because when I first got on that show, I wasn't, and I was in a position that I was good, but I wasn't speaking. I didn't have a role.
Right.
I just had to be there behind
Right.
the lead actor that was there,
Right.
J-Rock.
Yeah.
When he's doing this thing, then they tell me, give me a word or two,
Yeah.
and I'm saying it. Next thing I know, I'm part of a union. Next thing I know, everything happens. Another season or 2 later, now we're smoking and drinking, and we're doing, you can't do that. You got to show up ready. You can't be fucking around. You're on our time now. We're paying you. You got to grow. You got to learn. Then there was years where they cut everybody out the rock pile, and it was just me and J-Rock, where that's what made me really understand that side of it. Because now I'm side by side with somebody that's foot deep in it, that's doing it, and I'm just learning that.
And been doing it.
And
he's been doing it forever.
And somebody that I seen doing it, and now I'm working with you.
Yeah.
Man, a legend.
And you know he don't take that as like just a regular thing. Like that's like his
Exactly.
everyday life. Like that's
Ex-
his job. Like
Exactly.
I'm not saying it's not yours.
No, but
But I'm just
that's
saying,
what
like-
that's what I was learning how to take it.
But he's,
like
a,
a
he's a
job.
vet.
Yeah.
Yo, man, we're paying you money. We're paying, and me being a young and getting money. Yo, man, come on, yo. He was 15 years old doing this crazy stuff 7 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
take this money. You better start. You're getting older and take it serious, and it just kept building gradually, and then, like I said, things happen, and then even to the point where Shane passed. When Shane passed, for me, Shane's passing was almost like a blessing for me. Not that I would ever want that, because I would give anything to have him back here to experience what I'm having. But if I just feel too that if he was back here, we wouldn't be. I think that him passing, he's almost my guiding light over me. That's why I've been able to keep carrying the Craze name. Mad Craze is my number one squad. Number one squad.
Crazy is a squad.
Yeah.
And I mean, I even break it for the people that's in Mad Craze. None of those motherfuckers are making music or, they around. They part of the crew and shit, but they ain't going like I'm still going. You know what I mean? And there's no they motherfuckers. They know I'm big fella, school, rap. The motherfuckers know Israel. They know Ruckus. They know. Everybody doing their own thing, but as far as music go, I'm the only one that holds that fucking name down, man. I hold Mad Craze down.
The
Bes-
fullest. To the fullest.
To the max.
Besides Dirty Rascal, just because he's younger, he can still get out there and do.
He's
and
in
he
and
should
out
be.
though. He's in and out.
Well, he's in and out, but he's
He's
holding
in when
it
he
down.
wants to be,
But he's
out when he
in.
wants
He's
to
in
be.
more than those other guys, though. He's
Yeah,
in it.
true that,
And
true that.
and I was school. He knows any point in time he can step back in with my round any day. And most people, if they don't know School, they should look him up or hit me up for his album, or go see him, or just hit him up. He's on Instagram, new_school, SK00.
He's a bad rapper.
That
man.
motherfucker right there is
He's a
like I said,
bad
he's
boy.
my second inspiration that helped put me on.
Right.
And man, him and Shane. Like I said, I'm in a group with him and Shane. I'm in a group with Short Shane and School. Everybody knows Shane. People don't know School. He was in and out. Man, I'm just trying to keep up with these guys because I know that my bars weren't like that. But at the same time, I'm rougher than these guys. These guys is flying smooth. I'm gonna be the rough
Be
one.
that element.
I'm gonna be the
Mm,
rough
be
one.
that
Yeah,
element.
which I always was. But then it just came a point where I had to start stepping my shit up.
Well, let me ask you about that. Where you say, that
Want some of
element,
that?
right?
Oh yeah.
That element. One of the things I want to ask you, like, what do you think the biggest misconception about you as a person someone might get from listening to your music? Or how close are those two people?
Well,
because I maintain that everybody, when they makes any art form, they're sort of like a version of themselves a little bit, no matter what. Like you're never, you're performing a bit.
I tell
so
people-
how close is that guy? Like, how well does someone get to know you when they listen to your music?
Just listen.
Just listen.
Just listen, man.
Yeah, you spit a lot of truth.
Just listen.
You spit a lot of truth.
Listen, I never sold drugs. I never pimp. I'm not a fucking gangbanger and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You listen to my shit, man. I'm only telling you what I do or what I've been through.
Yeah.
Just listen. And even when you're in class, when you're a student, even if you don't take notes, listen. You walk away remembering something and understanding something, which is gonna put a piece to the puzzle when you start paying attention and taking it all in, though. But for me, I'm not, like I said, I don't do none of that shit. That's why right now, for me making new music, it's been hard for me to create right now because I'm stuck between a point where I want to create for the youth, but I want to create because I know that no, we good. I want to create because I don't want to just fabricate the old,
Well, that's-
the old way of what I was doing or
I
what
was
I'm
gonna-
doing. But I want to show the growth of the new me because I know there's a new level of what I'm doing.
Right. What's the biggest difference in the way the rap
I'm the same
scene
person.
is
I'm the same
here
person.
from when you started to right now? Because I think it ties in a lot to what you're saying.
What is that question again? I'm sorry.
What's the biggest difference as you came in the scene, as you guys like Mad Craze was like super hot, everybody's in it deep.
When we
What was
came
the
in-
difference between then and the scene here, and how you got how it all was then to now?
When we came in, it was hot, but people didn't know us.
Right.
People didn't know us. People weren't checking for cycle.
I said that in the Marvin interview.
Nobody
Like
was checking for cycle. man.
when you guys was
And I mean-
365 with White Mike, and like
Marvin and White Mike would go at me in school and Short Shane and Unknown. We'd battle each other.
Yeah.
Them 2 versus 5 people. That's why they're part of. That's why 365 happened. Man,
Why?
and-
Why? Because you
Just
guys
'cause
would all
of the-
battle.
Because 2 people,
Mutual respect.
Don't 2 motherfuckers right there stand against us 5, and they're holding their own. Man,
KL could go.
nobody else around was doing that with us when we went at parties, and we was doing that, and it was me and Big Fella and Unknown, and it was me and Big Fella and Short, and it was me in school and Short, and it was me and Unknown. These people they couldn't hold up.
Nobody was stepping to that.
We did that one night, and the whole parking lot cleared out, and it was still us spitting.
kill it.
Story end. I mean, we got a
so
joint.
365.
365, man. Them guys, they Mad Craze cousins.
Right.
Yeah, because like I was telling Marvin, like we was always hitting like the marquee every weekend, like back in the day, because you could go out every weekend, right?
Yep, yep.
And it was like we would always hit like a $1.65 show, and then the next week it'd be like 6-2 in the
Yep.
goods, and then the next week it'd be Sebutones. So it was
Yep,
like always
yep.
like $1.65, and them guys they were killing it at
Bringing
the
the
time.
bringing the odd person back. Bringing the odd person back though, and
Yeah.
like,
But then it'd be like once a month or like once every 2 months or whatever. The 365 would come in and the fucking shows would be killing.
man, we had that vibe, man.
And-
And anybody that was a part of that era knows that, man. There's
So
there
smooth.
ain't a group around Halifax right now, even that I could be part of right now, that could create that vibe that 365 had.
These guys were
Ain't no
fire
Mike,
together on stage.
KL, Short Shane, Knucklehead, and occasionally Unknown.
It was crazy.
Can't fuck with
It
that.
was
man.
crazy, man.
No group couldn't fuck with it, man. Too much energy.
Yeah.
And everybody had deliverance.
And
Their presence.
That was the thing, though.
Couldn't fuck with
the
it, man.
delivery of everything was just so fucking on point. Like
Background, ad libs,
Yeah, everything.
action. We come through. Come through.
action. It
I'm
was
telling
amazing.
you right now, 365. Listen, that's one album I don't have here right now on this table.
That
but
365.
Everybody
album's
be
fire.
spitting.
365.
Fire.
Everybody be spitting the hook, have one foot up on the fucking speaker, and everybody be doing the same hand motions. And
That's that Sappho heavy.
Oh,
That's that
boy.
Sappho connect right there, man. That's
It
that
was like-
Sappho, that's that Craze connects, man. That's what
It
365
was tight
is.
like Jurassic 5 tight.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it wasn't Jurassic 5 was like
That's something that
gutter shit. It was good shit. Like street shit.
That's something I miss. Is
Bars.
like those groups that could go as a group.
I
you know,
mean,
as a whole
I,
unit.
I could sit here and say it, and IV knows
They don't
he's seen the
exist.
early part of it. But man, and my man off camera says he knows because he was witnessing it. He was watching. He knows that it was straight energy. Just everybody was bringing their own, and every element we was bringing. This little nigga over here killing it with the lyrics so fly. Then you got the beast over here coming in. Me, that white motherfucker, man, he's killing it.
Yeah.
What?
Everybody
Then you
was
got
killing
another
it.
little motherfucker coming through with his leg up all cocky and KO.
And
Man,
production
come
was on point. Like
Killing
production beat was just like they
Yeah,
were like
man.
knockers.
And
Who were
he-
you guys like? Was there any group that you guys looked to and thought that's dope? That's what we want to
Well, we-
be like, or
at-
was there
at-
anything that inspired you guys
At
as a
that point in
group?
time, as together, we was looking at like Shaw Claire, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like the Rascals,
Baby Blue Sound
Carmel,
Crew.
them guys and stuff. Yeah,
Right.
Baby Blue. You know what I mean? But we still liked who we liked, but we still that's what was the best thing about it.
It's so funny to me because man, it's such a
Every-
big difference from now where like there's that sort of thing where people like everybody sounds the same. And in your group, even it was like known that it was great to have these different styles, even within one group,
I was
let
part
alone
of-
a scene.
I was a part of-
like now it's like everybody got sort of seems like everybody trying to do sort of a similar thing instead of having like someone like you be like, well, we got this, we got that. All right, let me just fit into this role where I fit as,
But
I'm
even
going to be
though-
aggressive
even-
and like,
e-
it
even
makes
the-
it diverse.
Even the
Man,
track,
I miss that
even the
diversity.
track being the track. Let's say the track is, I don't know. Let's say the track is talking about we're building a railroad, and everybody's coming in talking about what you're talking about. You're
I
laying down
didn't
the
mean
track,
a railroad, I meant girls.
but I'm talking about we're building a railroad because we're building the track.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
breaking it down like that,
All right.
and you're
Now I'm
starting
with
the
you.
track off, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the caboose, and I'm gonna break it down like this to you.
All right.
Everybody comes through and lays down their piece of the track. You're starting it off in your way. He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing.
Yeah.
When it's my turn to come on the track, and I'm not just saying me, but for everybody that's laying down their part of the track, I want to come in like Busta Rhymes at the end of scenario. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On every track that I'm on.
Right.
Not that wild, and it don't have to be that wild, but I'm coming in like that per se.
Right.
Because I want to stand out and be that you're taking something. That's what I heard from that track. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck voice or
That's I think
what he was
that's
saying.
That's
or-
true MC shit.
And that's
having that attitude,
But it's-
standing
then,
out.
But then rapping behind Short Chain and rapping behind School, even Big Fella killing tracks.
Yeah.
I know kill tracks that he's on. He's only on 40% of tracks that we did, and he killed tracks because he just comes unknown. He's in and out.
Yeah.
In and out, just saying and go. I was never, like I said, I was never that person to rap. I had to learn to get my skills up and listen and take in.
Right.
And
How competitive were you guys when you're recording? Like when you'd hear a track laid down, would you be like, "No, I'm going back in. I can't have them."
very because
Yeah?
that all started
It
because
seems like you would. It seems like you would be knowing.
you know,
just
and this
you
goes
Marvin
back.
alone.
This goes back to my cousin. Not even Marvin. Marvin wasn't even in this story, but this story is before Marvin.
All right, go.
It goes back to this that
How old are you at this story? Give us a context here.
I'm
Locate
7,
yourself,
8,
sir.
9, 10, 11, 12.
All right.
It's going. It's
Over
part
a
of the
period
shit,
of time.
But Marvin's there, but he's not there. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah.
He's there, but he's
He's
there,
adjacent.
but he's not there.
He's
Yeah.
nearby.
Well, he's around. He's definitely in the area, but he's not there when
This is happening.
But this is
everybody
after
has.
house parties. You ain't going to house parties
this-
like 8,
right.
9 years old, though.
Right, but this is all in Sackville.
So this is
This
like
is
you're
all in
16, 17.
Not for me. Not
Wow.
for me, because School and Shane and Wesley and my other homies, they're all older than me. I'm the youngest.
So you was really like 10 and 11 going to house parties?
Man, come on, man. IV.
Kill it.
I listen,
No,
man.
no,
I
I'm not saying
my cousin B Barry, his sister Danielle used to bring us. So I used to leave wheelies and be going to parties and stuff and getting on the bus, sleeping on the back of the bus, and then waking me up and pull. Man,
Wheelies, man.
Listen, I'm young. I'm
about-
mad
talk
young.
about wheelies,
I'm old school, but I'm mad young. I know what
Yeah,
it is.
no,
you know what I
no,
mean?
no.
Like I remember.
I
I,
feel
know
similar
those
to you,
times
sir,
that I know
in
what I
that
was going
age
through.
thing.
I remember the eras and know who was around,
Yeah.
who was doing what. All my homies. I could. From when I was 12 years old, my whole clique, my whole craze clique, starts from School, my cousin Barry, me, and my homie Buddy. That's mad craze right there. And only 2 of us rap, and the other 2 are make you laugh or just fuck with you. When I say this is before
jokers.
battle rap.
Yeah.
That you say something about me in front of people and somebody laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna dish you all night now and talk about your jeans.
Cracking
and all.
on you. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
before battle rap.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is what we was doing
man, that
before
was-
we started to rap.
In Dartmouth growing up, that was all.
Get you.
all the time.
I get you.
Crack.
Right.
Just
and
constantly.
I grew up in Dartmouth.
Yeah.
I was, man, I lived in the Bean.
Yeah.
I lived in the Bean. I lived in North End.
I live right on this.
I grew up around motherfuckers, them old school motherfuckers that ain't rappers and shit, that just out there, that's good motherfuckers. And
That's like super creative way to
I'm
get
out there,
street cred, though.
man,
like,
I got mad.
people won't fuck with you because your boys are gonna tear them apart. You know what I mean?
I'm not. I would
a good
never
point.
beat my horn like that. Only to my.
No, but I'm just
only
saying
to
it
my
is
sister.
creative,
Only
like-
to my sister, just because my sister says you ain't nobody. That's because I'm her brother. But she knows. she knows I put my shit in.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just, I could take it back like that. I'm just thankful that I'm where I'm at. But the shit that made me was, man, I've been through a lot in my whole life. I lost my fucking brother when my brother was 2, turning 3, and I was 6, turning 7. That was in
to hear that,
87. I lost my father in 94, the day after my birthday. You know what I mean? So I was 14. I just turned 14. The next day, my dad died. That's how I gotta remember my birthday for the rest of my life, to me. You know what I mean? I already lived 4 years more than my father did. I already did. So anything that I'm living and what I'm doing, I look back just to reflect on the fact that for the shit that I said I was gonna do, I did.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that people got to see me do that and know that I did that. And I know, for me being young, saying to myself, what's your next move gonna be? What do you wanna do? I'm thankful for the fact that I don't react before I think, because I like sitting back to think, because thinking helps me reflect about what I did. And when I think about what I did, what I wanna do is just do what I've been doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't take shit for granted, man. I don't take shit for granted, and I just know that what I'm doing I'm only gonna help myself. If I'm not helping myself, ain't nobody gonna help me.
Sure, you gotta have that positive attitude to
I mean?
move things forward. I want to ask you a question. What's more natural though, acting or rapping?
Rapping.
Yeah.
Well, rapping
Yeah.
is because I'm more likely to say some shit that will rhyme. But you want me to do a scene, that's hard. Because depending on the scene, what you want me to do. But rapping, I can say whatever I want to say, how I want to say it, right? So
Right. You have a line in a song where you mention your dad about like sounding like your dad off. I think the song's called "What I Do." Is that right?
Yeah.
It sounds like something people said to you.
I say a lot of
The
stuff.
way
about
the
my
way
dad,
you
though.
say it in there, it almost sounds like you're quoting somebody, like sounding like your dad. Like it almost sounds like a.
That's my mother. My mother
Yeah?
tells me I sound.
Because
she
it
just told me
sounds that way in that line to
she
me.
just
Like it
told me
sounds
that
like you're
today.
referencing
When I
somebody.
She called me
sounding
and I
like
answered
your
the
dad.
phone and she said something, and I replied back to her, and she said, "Will you stop?" I said, "What? Sounding like that?" And I said, "I can't change, Mom. What you?" Because I sound like my father to her.
Right.
So, I mean, my dad has a strong gene. I look just
Clearly.
like my dad.
Yeah.
I got pictures and stuff that you wouldn't know the difference. You be able to tell the difference just because that's an old ass picture. But man, that look like
Maybe
you.
it's a good Instagram.
But that look like you. I have those pictures on Instagram.
Wow.
So for those listening, go listen.
Go
look.
check it out.
Yeah.
You'll see
I
a
look
spike
my
in
father.
likes.
Definitely. My father was a great man too, though. He was a good man, man. He worked 2 jobs, man. He loved his family. Shit didn't end the right way, but you know what I mean, he was a good man. You know what I mean? He died before his time. I definitely know my father loved me, man. When
That's a huge
when
thing.
I was younger, I didn't understand what life. You know what I mean? For 2 people being married and having 2
What
kids,
that is.
but having one that passed away. You know what I mean? Your youngest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then still trying to raise you 2 others, and y'all fighting them big. Life is tough. Life is rough.
I can't imagine.
Me and school got a track called "Gotta Live." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what I mean, that's some of the realest shit I ever wrote on that track.
Right.
I mean, that shit. It's not out, but hopefully it can come out. But I mean, the shit I spoke on that is like, man, I know. From and a lot of everybody that I grew up with, and my Craze family, my 365 family, man, we all lost our fathers. You know what I mean? And school lost his father. My father gone. You know what I mean? Our cousin Barry, he lost his father. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Barry. He just passed away last year. Rascal, he lost his father. My homie Peasy, he lost his father just last year. You know what I mean? So everybody and they all see what that relationship mean, because we all have kids now too.
Right.
We all grown up.
Do you think about trying to take care of yourself to have longevity?
I try to, man, but man, I'm just me. I'm just
No, I
human
mean-
too. Like anybody else, as long as I know I'm not doing wrong, and you know what I mean.
I just noticed like when I had a kid, I
drink
started
and I
like,
smoke. I drink and I smoke.
yeah, me too.
That's what I try to watch when I'm doing because I drink and I smoke.
Yeah.
Everybody got vices though.
Yeah, no,
Right.
no, no, no.
But
I
I
didn't
mean,
mean,
but
I didn't mean
vices.
like
But I
that.
mean,
I didn't-
I'm not the type to be at my
Clearly, I
son's
don't mean that.
to be at my son's soccer game and then wanting to go outside and smoke a drink or needing that drink. But man, I'll sit down and drink and smoke real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the only thing to me that I really need to get a handle on because why you waste money? Stop drinking and smoking. Just chill. Watch fucking
Maybe
sports.
we gotta figure out just make our own. You know,
Do some
that
other
should be
shit.
coming up soon, right? Grow your own, make your own liquor too.
Every situation though, you could be drinking and smoking, but you don't need to be.
But you
drinking
could be
and
smoking and drinking.
You don't need to be drinking and smoking.
But you could be smoking and drinking.
Yeah, but listen, hey,
Feels like the beginning of a
listen,
skit.
hey, I was just with my grandmother today. My grandmother just turned 80. I'm over there. I got weed in my pocket. I can smoke all day.
So she can too, right?
I know she can. She's strong though. She's about 4'8".
Oh, so it's like
That's a smallie in charge, a shorty in charge, and she is right
it's
at my
also at
pocket
that
level.
height.
Right.
Yeah, that's a problem.
She keeps leaning into me because I know she can smell it, and she keeps giving me the eye as if, take that outside, take it outside. And when I took my jacket out and I came back in, she gave me a hug and she looked at me, and then she leaned back in again and gave me another hug and kissed my cheek. I'm saying to myself, yeah, because she wasn't doing that when I had my jacket on because she know. But I knew too enough. I don't want to I can't come in here like that.
Right.
I'm not. I can wait.
Yeah.
Even though the joints have already gone, I can wait. I'm not that type of drinker and smoker. I can smoke and drink all the time, but
You know when to pause it.
right,
Yeah.
I'm not that type of
Speaking
drinker
of
and
that
smoker.
smell problem, I just want to shout out. This is a real natural plug here. Canadian
Canadian
Lumber.
Lumber.
Go check them out.
Shout out to
There's a little
Canadian
smell-proof bag, and so
Put
what
it
you're
in
gonna do next time is throw it in here and say, as your grandma gives you a hug, you say, "Oh, thank you, Canadian
Right,
Lumber."
exactly. Holla, Canadian Lumber.
Literally, Canadian Lumber is gonna get more hugs
Yo,
from more
and look,
grandmas.
That fits right in that pocket. My grandmother wouldn't even
See,
know.
look at that.
See, perfect.
She wouldn't even know.
And if she saw it, she'd be like, "Oh, really? It seems like an upstanding company."
Shout out to my grandmother Nana. You know what it is. Happy 80th. I love you.
80, man.
My dad's mother.
It's a great
I
life,
hope I make
man.
it to 80.
That's a great
Man,
life.
listen. Like I said, my dad passed away like 24 years ago.
Damn.
I was 14 years old. Like I said, man, that's all I've been thinking about the rest of my life since that point. But I know when I see good things happen to me, good thing. I say it. My music speak. If good things come to those that wait, then guess what? I got the masturbate. Where niggas can't wait to go home and masturbate. These bastards hate. These bastards fake. These bastards snakes. Loose cannon. I'm a basket case that'll blast your face, smash your tape, and trash the place. Get it straight. We get cake. You get brave. You get carried away. My gorillas know monkeys that'll act like apes. You know what I mean?
Bars.
Yeah.
Love it.
Some serious shit. Like my shit all makes sense when you listen to it. Just listen to it.
Are you a spiritual fellow?
To an extent.
To an extent.
To an extent, I believe
Break it
when
down.
if I'm walking with my family, or if me and you's walking together,
Yeah.
man, don't split that pole, man. Don't you? Go
Are you
one
more
side and I'm-
superstitious than
Well,
spiritual, you think?
I mean, that's where I don't know where to draw the line. What that means.
Valid.
But I believe in superstitions,
Good
and I
point.
believe in God to a certain extent, and I believe in certain things like that.
Right.
But I mean, I never question. I've been through a lot since I was young.
Yeah.
That
I get. That's why I'm asking you,
if
because
my-
you have a positive outlook, right?
If my fucking brother can be gone when he's 2.5 years old, when
Yeah.
I was 6,
Yeah.
man, I see why other things are happening.
That's why I asked
I
you
just
that.
don't know how and why.
Some people
and then
take
lose
that
my
though.
father,
Right.
and then lose my best fucking friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
But some people take those things and see them and say, "I'm going to see those in a negative way." And
I did though.
So, well, I'm not saying you didn't, but you also seem to see them as like motivation.
I
you know,
had-
like
but I
like
had to
Shane
learn-
driving you.
I had to learn to grow, and certain things made me see things in a certain way.
Right.
That I got to put a new light on it or look at it in a different way.
Right.
For me to grow, because you have to grow. If I'm sitting here stuck, even though I'm stuck in the 90s, I still gotta grow. I gotta grow as an individual to see and reflect. Yeah, I can be stuck in the 90s. That's me.
Yeah.
But I still got to see the whole picture of the growth, and as everything revolves and everything's turning, the growth of everything.
Right. Talk to me about that album for a minute, because you mentioned it just there, and I wanted to bring it up anyway. I mean, the title is sort of self-explanatory a bit, I think. But do you feel stuck in the 90s?
No,
Was
that's-
this like a throwback
that's-
album
that's
just to give that flavor?
That's just the era of what me and Finch was creating, what we liked, and it's my favorite era of music. It's like the era of to me, when my mom was coming up, when she was out partying, and I was a kid, and she was doing her thing, and she had her kids out, which was me and my sister and my cousins. We was dancing around with our aunts and uncles and stuff. It's that era of the late 70s, 80s, but me capturing it for the early 90s, whole 90s, and early millennium. That's what we tried to do with that album.
Let me ask you some best of questions, because you kind of just mentioned one, and I want to ask you not you feel free to expand, but I want to ask you some more rapid fire questions about some of your favorite things, sort of like GOAT related questions. I call these top cuts, by the way. The graphics department, get
cuts?
on it. No,
Holla.
come on, graphics department. No, okay, so your personal GOAT MC.
Old Dirty
Of-
Bastard.
Okay,
Old Dirty Bastard.
why? No Father to a Style.
No, just more than that. I mean, he wasn't the best spitter.
No, true. I agree.
His energy,
Yeah.
and he could just grab the mic and not even need the mic
I just wonder
to
where,
create attention.
where would
You
hip hop
don't
be
need
if
the
he,
mic.
if he was around now?
Kanye West,
Be a whole other angle.
he might have been making more music with him.
Yeah. I
Who
could
else
see
is
that.
more outspoken and lyrically than Kanye West than Old Dirty Bastard?
I think Old Dirty was way ahead of his time too.
But that's what I'm
so
saying,
fresh.
though. And then you look at
Still.
Old Dirty Gone and listen to Kanye West here. He's lyrically an Old Dirty Bastard, but he making beats too.
That's an interesting
rapping over his
comparison. I
own
don't think
shit.
I've ever really thought
And
or
grabbing the
heard
mic
of that
from Taylor
comparison.
Swift, and who's doing these things?
That
Who else
Kanye
in
is
hip
doing?
hop?
Old Dirty was.
Who else is doing this now though? Like
No,
that?
That's a
no,
good
it
point.
is.
But I mean, not trying
Dirty
to.
was-
Like Kanye wasn't. I'm sure he wasn't trying to do that, but that's what happened.
You know what I
Yeah.
find
He
really
made
crazy
that-
is
but
Old
that's-
Dirty.
But if you listen to what he says in his music too, Kanye West is a lyrical old dirty bastard, improved,
Yeah.
making beats.
Interesting.
I love Kanye West, man. And I remember, shout out my homie Cornerstone, Shannon Hartland. I'm going to tell you this. I remember he lived on the cul-de-sac in Sacktown long time ago. He used to love No Limit. Had every album from No Limit when No Limit was popping. But he came out and said to me, man, there's this producer named Kanye West. Man, he's producing and blah, 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 and for Jay-Z and blah, blah, and these people and blah, blah. Man, he's going to be big, man. Man, if I could get him on Skype right now, he co-signed what I'm saying right now, just because I know he knows the story that I'm talking. And every time I see him, I always say, man, how did you know that Kanye West was gonna be like that? How the fuck did you know? Man, I just knew, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, Shannon, shut the fuck up. Because, man, come on, man. That's the one
It's a segment
right.
I like
that's
to call
that's
Shannon,
the one.
shut the fuck up.
That's the one right thing you got in hip hop, man. Come on, man.
You got one.
No,
That's a big one,
No
though.
disrespect
It's a
to
big
him like that. Not like that. I mean, that's just clowning.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, come on. Yeah, man. No, man. But he was so fucking right about him before he put out the college dropout.
Wow.
Wait, and I mean,
Yeah, but even
Short
when he came in with
Short
the-
Shane was alive when he's telling me this, man.
Even when he came in with the Jay-Z beats, though, he was firing off. jumps, though.
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
this
yeah.
is how he knew this off of that though.
Yeah.
And whatever else he knew, he was telling me this.
It's still surprising that somebody could
You
be
know,
that good
remember-
at both
listen,
of those things.
Remember, I just said
like,
that
be making-
somebody told
Was
me
it Hard Knock Life or was it H to the Izzo?
Hard Knock Life.
First one.
Hard Knock
Kanye?
Life.
No, no, not.
Shout out to our man.
Whatever
Sess
Kanye
off
produced
air. Sess is acting like a fact finder. Look it up. Let's get our crack agents.
Yeah, H to the Izzo, yeah.
Crack
Yeah.
agents.
But if you listen to that song though, that at that time was a game changer of a
But that's
song.
and
Hell
for
yeah.
So like
somebody-
as soon
That's a
as you
fresh
heard that,
new
that'd be like,
sound.
who the fuck is this producer?
It's amazing
Like,
that he can also have made like hit rap albums where he's the MC on them too. I just
Right.
find that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of amazing. That's why I think he stands out so
And-
much, right?
I just want to go
both of
back
those
to a
things.
thing where I was saying earlier about somebody telling me about when you're by yourself in a group and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
There was that person that said that to me. My uncle said something to me. Shannon said this about Kanye. I have these people around me that this is what I'm coming up under. That, like I said, I'm around all the people. They just either they're not built for it, or the payoff's not happening quick enough, or for something that, whatever it is.
You love
if we're
rap.
not
they're not lifers.
right. I have it on my arm right
No,
there.
you love rap because, like
I
when you
live
said the
hip-hop.
payoff's not coming fast enough, like that's
Right.
a phrase you don't hear today because
Right.
that's somebody who truly bleeds it,
But that's
or
what it
literally
is.
put it on their
That's
arm.
what the fuck
We
it
got to
is
get a
with me,
picture of
man.
that at the end. or
That's what
something.
it is, though, man. And
'Cause-
I'm glad that you said
No,
that
because the
I
payoff-
do love rap, though. Man.
You must.
listen,
You must.
for one-
Nobody stays at something if the
for one of
payoff
my-
takes a while unless they care about it.
For one of my homies in the group that I'm in, I said to him, "Man, how come you won't?" No, man, it's not my thing. I don't want to. I'm done. I said, but how do you go home and not, see
Rap.
something or in just 2 bars come to you real quick
That's
that you
right.
flip something that.
Right.
No,
Isn't it
man,
what you
it's-
just
I was-
do?
and I was just like, I'm not like that, man. 'Cause
When I walk down the street by myself, I freestyle. It's just what I do when I walk.
I've got music in my earphones. I'm spitting that.
It's
and
just-
I'll think of something in 2 seconds to say.
Yeah.
But can I flip it again? Oh fuck, let me go.
It's the same way for me when I hear beats.
Just like man.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, how can I use that in the set? Okay, I'm getting
yeah,
that.
man.
Can you
Yeah,
imagine a
like-
time when you're like
But-
90 years old that you're not hearing something and going, ooh, yeah, ooh. Like,
I don't think that would happen with me.
No,
man.
I remember it right from like this, like way back, like just even Raffi on a vinyl. You know what I
dude,
mean?
I
Like,
have
like
Raffi
as
vinyl
a
at
kid,
home.
like
Yeah.
you know what I
I
mean?
gotta bring
Like
that in. You cut that out.
just listening to that shit was like, man, sounds good. Like,
Yeah,
and
get
that's
your
like
hype,
early,
man.
Shout out
early.
to
But
Raffi.
get
It
your
is
hype.
good.
Make you. As soon as I get that low, start,
That little shoulder pop.
and then I start nod my head. Oh man.
You know, when I was,
Oh man.
I was
Do you
born in,
freestyle?
I was born in '80, so like
It take a
Michael
minute.
Jackson
It
was
take a
always
lot.
playing in my house.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like as soon as you heard that stuff, it was just like,
You're up
oh, this
and you're
stuff's
ready.
good.
By the
Like,
way, the
But you're up
bass
and
line on
ready.
Rockin' Robin, Jackson 5, oh my God.
Serious. I'm
I've been
sure
playing
that's
songs for
around
my
too,
young
yeah.
son, and I was like, I gotta play more than just like the kids' music. It's driving me crazy. And I was like, that's a good kid song. And the bass line is just,
Sure, that's been around too, though. Sure, it's been used a few times.
oh, I'm sure.
Definitely, definitely.
All right, I gotta go back to my questions. Top cuts around here in this segment. What's in your mind, your greatest ever performance? Like when you go, ooh, that was a good show.
Man, I had a few of them, man.
Hit
I
me with
actually
one.
think, but one of the 2 times I was on stage with Ghostface.
Yeah.
Ghostface and Sheik Luch.
Where?
Oh,
Tell
those
me
are
where.
huge.
Talk
Huge
to me.
moments.
Set the scene.
I'll tell you the first story. The first time I opened up at the Marquee in Halifax, a whole bunch of people did though. Postscript, Ghetto Child, Quake. I don't even know who else, man. But I know that I was out there. My homie Sess, Foff was with me, big fella. This is the first time, and I had told my man C now. Shout out to him, C now. Just won Hurricane tickets tonight. I seen him up on stage dancing. Always show Joe. It's all good. See you. But I was just telling my homie the night before, I was like, yo, man, I was just watching Ghostface on YouTube, man. He was doing a show in Toronto, and he brought people up on stage to perform Protect Your Neck, man. I said, man, if he fucking does that, man, I'm getting up there, man. I said, and he lets people do Old Dirty verse, man. I said, man, who else but me to do Old Dirty Bastard, man? He's like, yo, man, I believe you, man. Yeah, blah, blah. That was that. The night of the show came, I was up on stage, be performed, whatever, mingling through the crowd. I'm back by the bar. If anybody knows the Marquee, I'm back by the bar. But, it's packed. And they're doing the song. And he stopped it and he said, yo, and who knows, I want people up on stage, blah, blah, blah. When he did that, I stopped what I was doing at the bar and cut right to the stage. And they brought me right up on stage. And I killed that one. That's just the short story of that one.
No, the end of that verse though, when you killed that verse.
That was the first one,
place
though,
went
man.
crazy.
First
But
one.
I'm saying I was there. Okay.
That's the first one at the Marquee, though, right?
When you finished that verse,
I was killing it, man.
because
Killing it.
Ghostface
I mean,
gave
killing
you
it.
the
Love.
the strongest.
Love.
He gripped you the strongest bro hug.
Check my Instagram at the very bottom.
As
at
soon
the
as he
start of my
finished that
Instagram,
verse,
you see the pictures, yo.
Ghostface grabbed him with the biggest bear hug and gave him the most props. It was fucking amazing.
Woo Craze
Yes.
right here.
It was
Woo
so
Craze.
amazing.
I'm the 13th member of Craze of the Wu Tang. Woo Craze right here. But the
It was
second,
crazy.
the second,
Craze, I love
the
that.
second time. Check this out. The second time he came with he was here with Raekwon
Raekwon, yeah.
at the what's it good not bad.
Bad,
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 not good. See, I said that wrong before. Shout out to them just because I said their name wrong. Bad, not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was here with them, and him and
I remember
Raekwon
that show.
Pop
at
explosion.
the Pop
Remember that
Explosion
show,
at the multipurpose
At the
center.
forum, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Sess. I called Sess. I said, "Yo, man, they here, man. I'm going to get the ticket, man. I know he's gonna do that again, man. I gotta get up on stage with him." He came through with me. When we got to the show, we seen like Rude Dog and Miracle and certain people in the crowd. They was there, ready to watch the show and shit, whatever. I'm telling them, Sess already knew too. Like he knows I'm going to get on that stage.
Right.
We come into place, we walk up front, and I tell people up front, like, yo, if you see me pushing through this area, I'm not trying to step on your feet and shit and get your spot. He's gonna do a thing. He's bringing people up on stage. I'm getting up there, yo. I gotta be that person.
Yeah,
Show starts,
Like,
whatever.
motherfuckers, no.
Show starts.
Put it
show,
another way. Get the fuck out of my way.
Show starts. Show starts. You know what I mean? Freaking. I'm saying to myself, wow, I can't believe it again. Wow, freaking. They get to the point where they're doing that,
Yeah.
and they're calling all these people up on stage, and Raekwon's like, yo, we want a female. I'm like, oh man, fuck, I ain't gonna get up there. Shit. They looking for a girl now, and they already got two motherfuckers up on stage. Yo, he's calling for a female. Ghostface says, yo, we want somebody to do Old Dirty. And I was going crazy over in the left-hand side,
Like,
going,
dude.
jumping up and down. Yo. He looks over in the crowd and says, yo, you, bruh. Yo, you, bruh. You. From there, you can go to YouTube and Google that shit and watch me on stage with Wu-Tang with Ghostface, you know what I mean? But I'll tell you, for me, he brought us up on stage. He asked us our names and shit. When he's asking me my name, people knew, like, yo, T, and they was shouting it out.
Yeah.
Trailer Park Boys, because I was saying Knucklehead, and he wasn't hearing it, so I just said Trailer Park Boys, and he said that in the crowd, let off they roar or whatever.
Right.
They dropped the beat, man. They let the first guy go. He spit deck. The next guy come in and spit, Raekwon come in and spit his shit. Next guy come in and spit meth. They broke it down for you, God, and then goes past me the mic, man, and I went the fuck in on Old Dirty, and the song, they dropped the beat, and I went in on Ghostface's verse with Ghostface standing beside me. I spit his verse off the power. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
I even got I can't remember
That's
the homie that
crazy.
I can't remember the homie that took a picture.
man, that's
but I got a
crazy.
picture at home where I got the meanest face on spitting, and you can
That
see
mug was
Ghostface
telling
going
me.
like that. And you know what I mean, I even went to the fucking autograph
That's
signing the next
amazing.
day with my son.
And you were
to
signing
get-
as Ghostface.
and I brought all my Wu-Tang albums, and Ghostface signed all of them.
Yeah.
All of them. That's how much of a Wu-Tang fan I am, that I am one of the members. When I say I'm Wu Craze, I'm Wu Craze, motherfuckers, man. I am. It is what it is. You know what it is. Anybody
no
don't
why.
believe me,
There's no
anybody
why at
that
the
don't
end of
believe
that.
me, go check the CD or go check the footage, man. Believe me. Don't make me start getting into a mood. But, man, anything I did is a fucking official, man. I like I said, Ghostface is signing my albums, his Ghostini, his Iron Man, Supreme Clientele, everything that him and Raekwon's on, all the Wu-Tang, he's signing them, and they say, yo, you want a picture? And I'm leaning in. My son's standing there, and I said, my son, come get in the picture. He goes, no, I don't like you. My dad does. So he told Ghostface, no, I don't like you. My dad does. And he jumped out the picture, and I'm man, like I say, check my Instagram.
Fame
you don't
is-
believe me, but
fame is fleeting in the
that's
eyes of the
That's
youth,
my
you know what
famous,
I mean?
famous. That to me is like a fucking You know what I mean? It don't get no realer than that
That's
for me.
awesome.
Being a fan, but getting to do that, loving Old Dirty Bastard, loving Wu-Tang, getting to have
yeah,
that
hell
experience.
yeah.
My idols being as cool as I thought they were.
Right.
I've met people where
How much?
I've met people where
That wasn't
they
the
weren't that
case.
cool.
Well, let me
And they
ask you
were
that
cool.
about you.
I met somebody that was cool, and then he wasn't cool.
Who?
I ain't gonna say.
Oh, yeah, what the fuck?
A Canadian artist.
Part 2?
A Canadian artist.
Okay. Are we going to play a guessing game?
No, I ain't gonna say his
Was
name.
it Maestro?
No, my show cool as fuck.
I don't know. I thought we were playing a
Well,
guessing
my show always cool with me, man.
game.
My show cool
Me
with
too.
And mad love for my show. You know what I mean? But a Canadian artist that was, you know what I mean?
How do you, but do you think about that? Like, because you're a guy who people run
Two
up to
Canadian
for
artists, I'm
signatures as
sorry,
well,
two.
right?
I
You're a
haven't-
person that
two.
people run up on and must run up on and be like, yo, I see you on the show. I fucking love you. You're my favorite. Like, autograph
all the time.
pictures, right?
All the time.
And so do you think about that, being that role model, like, or that person who
Yes.
is cool?
Yes. Me being that person that they're running up to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the other side of that. Do you think consciously, like,
Yeah.
oh, I want
Oh,
them to
definitely.
be one of the good ones, not one of the shitty
I
interactions?
am one of the good ones.
No,
though.
I know you
I'm-
are. I
when
know
say,
you are.
When I say I am one of the good ones, I am one of the ones that when they hear and
What's
see
the
what they're
worst
seeing,
time you had?
I am that. I'm not portraying something. I am that. I like I said, I don't sell drugs. I don't pimp. I don't shoot. I don't kill.
Yeah.
I am that fucking cool, man. I'm because I have manners, I have
Yeah.
respect, and I appreciate. You know
Hell
what I
yeah,
mean?
hell
I
yeah.
show love.
Yeah. What's the worst time you had someone roll up on you for like an autograph? I just picture sometimes it might be a problem. You're trying to eat breakfast or something. You know?
That happens, but it's
You're
not
just a
even
little
breakfast.
hungover, like, yeah, fuck her.
Yeah, well, I mean, that wasn't even bad, but I mean,
What's he talking about?
Well-
Put it on mic.
we went to Yarmouth and we went to do a show.
Shout out
and
to Yarmouth.
Shout out to Yarmouth Doolies.
Port
You know what I mean? Hold it
Mattoon.
down. We show love down there.
Cape Horseshoe.
We went down to do a show. We were in the hotel room, and some people had seen me come in,
Oh shit.
and they seen what floor I went on, and they
shit.
seen what door I went in.
Oh shit.
So we're in there chilling, and we're doing our thing, and the knock on the door happens, and like 15, 20 kids and a couple adults are asking for me,
Kids?
like, 11, 12, 13,
Really?
14, like teenager area, you know what I
Shit.
mean? They're asking for me to come out. They want to take pictures and stuff. So I had one of my homies go out and be like, yo, he's not going to take a picture with everybody, but if y'all give me your phone, I'll take a picture for y'all just gather around. I mean, we did that right quick.
Do
and-
one, yeah.
But I mean, like, that shit happens to me all the time, man. All the time, like at work. When I'm doing regular shit, it happens. When I'm not being a rapper or
You're
when I'm
being
just being
just
me
being
with
you.
my son,
Right.
and my son he'll step to the side just because he knows he don't want to be part of that, and hurry up, pretty much, like,
Really?
you know what I mean? Like,
How old's your son?
my oldest is 11. That's the guy I'm talking about.
Yeah,
P. He knows what it is. He don't like it because he's a superstar too.
Alice Show.
He's a superstar too, but I mean, I'm just teaching him whatever I know and what I know not to do.
Right.
But that shit happens to me all the time.
What's your greatest of all time for you, anyway, episode of Trailer Park Boys?
That's a good question.
I have a two-parter on that, actually. I wanted to know what was your greatest for you as, like, the actor, you know, like, where you were, like, for your role, just for where you're like, this is the dopest one, but also just as an overall, like, maybe it's one you're not in as much, but, like, as a fan,
My
so to speak.
favorite, but one I'm in.
Okay.
My favorite, and then one I'm in, like almost like an A and B.
Well, just
Yeah.
sort of like as a fan, but also as inside, you know,
well,
it's like two sides of
one
it.
of my that sticks out to me on top of my head, and
Yeah.
it's like an A and B 1 and 2.
Sure.
Is I think it's first season where I'm saying you count my know I'm saying is know I'm saying one too many that one and probably I don't know if it's season 8 or 9 or a movie, but where me and J Rock is arguing and I told him don't suck your teeth, and then I go into my little interview. Yeah,
I know that
because
noise.
that
I
shit,
know that noise.
that shit actually happened on some real life shit in a fucking grocery store with me with somebody that.
What? Someone sucked their teeth at you?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's
And
disrespectful.
no, I wasn't even taking it like that just because the person knew who I was. So I didn't know if they were doing that on purpose or if he really meant that.
Right.
But leading up to that, the person that jumped in front of me, in front of the line. So off the bat, you can't do that. And then that person that thought that just because I'm on TV, or yeah, you're on that show. Man, you could have let me go in front of you. And I said, why? You can't do that, man.
Yeah.
And then we got into a little verbal dispute. Yeah. And I thought it was done. I turned around and he sucked his teeth. And I turned around and I said, yo. And I was like, yo, you suck your teeth, man. And he already knew that I'm T from Trailer Park. I said, yo, did you suck your teeth, man? He said, yeah. And he told me some shit about his Jamaican girlfriend. And I was like, yo.
What do you mean some shit?
That's what I'm saying. He just said some shit to me about it. She taught him how to do it and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yo.
This white guy?
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? And you know what I mean? I started to get violent immediately. I knew not to threaten him, and I knew not to touch him. Just because of past.
Because you're an intelligent man who learns from mistakes.
And going,
right?
And learning how to grow. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, it all
I didn't
loops
touch
around.
him, and the shit didn't get violent, but I pretty much had to put him in place and put the whole front end on an alert that I'm going through this moment right now with this motherfucker right here. Just shut the fuck up. I didn't harm nobody, but I'm gonna check him real quick.
Right.
And it was that, and it was done.
Sucking teeth.
You know what I mean? But it wasn't even him sucking his teeth though. It was the fact that he did it, and when I was like, yo.
No, but it's pretty rude when
I ain't gonna
when
do
you
it to
want
another
to be.
dude.
But you jumped in front of me at the line.
And then just to kind of be like, like, to you,
Right.
Like, what, like,
Right.
It's kind of just like, whatever.
After me saying, yo, like,
It's like, whatever.
I don't care if you got one thing, yo. I was standing by. How you gonna jump in front of me, yo?
No, it's
Can't do that,
dismissive
man.
and it's rude
I
and
don't care,
it's
'cause-
childish.
Because you thought it was on TV? What?
Here's my next question for you. What's the greatest of all time movement? As a guy who's been in a lot of groups, I feel like you're a guy who might appreciate, different eras, different movements.
What are you talking about, though?
I'm talking about
Because
something like a Dipset, or
movement
like
that
or like West Side, like the different crews that had sort of different
I'll give you
energies.
two, man. I'll give
Cash
you-
Money,
I'll
like
give you two that I'm influenced by, that I move by. Anybody influenced by Wu-Tang, that movement is a movement that I'm down with.
right.
That
Who would you
and,
put in that category?
Sean Price,
Yeah.
because he made songs. I love Sean Price and Old Dirty Bastard, my favorites.
Sean P.
And you can't fuck with Sean Price.
You
Nobody
can't.
can.
You
I don't give a
can't.
fuck who they are.
No.
I give a fuck
He was
who
the
it
greatest
is.
rapper
Sean
ever.
P is my fucking favorite. Can I spit a verse?
Please.
Some shit that's influenced by Sean Price?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Is this on an album or anything?
No, it's
This
just
is
some
just a
shit that I
verse.
have, man.
Do you need a beat?
No, I don't need a
Okay.
beat, man. If you had the beat, it would be
Okay,
good.
well,
but you
no,
don't,
no,
you
this
don't
is-
have that beat, but no, man.
Maybe that-
You don't know what I
I don't
have?
even
What
know
beat
I
is
remember
it?
this shit, man. It's some Sean Price. Sean Price always influenced me. Sean Price. After Old Dirty passed, Sean Price was my
Took
new
that
favorite
spot. All right.
because he was grimy, but he was the step up lyrically.
He was my greatest of all time. I don't care what anybody says. And he didn't have the
behind him and everything, and
he didn't have the crazy career and the money behind him. Like,
but what he was doing was interesting. And
but when he turned into Sean Price,
yeah.
You put me on to solo Sean Price.
Yeah.
oh my
Yeah,
God,
man,
like,
B, man.
but-
and IV, I know you know.
Oh,
because
my
I know
God.
with
You
the
know one thing I
conversations we
really
already
like
had
about
and
what
shit,
you just
too.
said, and I think there's not enough of that is
Sean P
people
right here,
is
Sean
people
P.
saying
P,
who
man.
they
You know what I'm
love.
saying? Sean
It
P.
expands the discussion.
Fucking favorite,
The discussion of the greatest
Fucking
MC
favorite,
always
man.
stays in this realm of like
I'm not-
5 or 6 people, and it gets really boring really fast because it's not personal. It's about this big historical thing, and you're like, fine, like Sean P. historically, sure, like he's not the guy with the hugest sales, all this, whatever. But I love when people
I
say,
love Big
"Here's
E."
who I love."
That's what it is.
Here's
though.
who
but
I
but
love.
a lot of people don't.
I
say
love Camp
they say
Lo.
what they like, but they don't say what they
Peachy
love.
Sway.
Right?
Woo.
What's your go-to fucking music? That's what people.
I
That's
love
what,
Camp
that's
Lo.
what, that's what you
Uptown
should
Saturday
be asking them.
Night.
What are you bumping? Say what's your go-to music?
What's your go-to music?
My go-to music is
Good question. Let me ask you
Wu-Tang,
that.
Death Squad, Redman, Method Man, Sean Price,
Gravediggers?
Gravediggers. That's going back though,
I just
and
feel
I'll
like
go
you like
back though.
Gravediggers.
I will go through that on a Saturday though.
Yeah.
I will go through that. I know that shit though.
Yeah.
That's why I went in. I know the archives. I know Diamond D and Digging in the Crates and Fat Joe, Showbiz and
sure,
Eight.
sure.
I know those things. I know those eras.
Do you think it's important for a young guy like coming out now to give a shit about knowing that history?
They should.
Why?
Look at that little
Why the fuck are
Zan
you
just.
rapping?
I'm not saying that.
Let me say this.
I
Let me say
agree. I
this.
just-
What was Joe Button arguing with somebody? What's that?
What
little
about
young-
Zan?
Lil Yachty.
What's the? He was, and then he got
Lil
mad.
Boat?
And Joe Button said, "You should give a fuck about what you, man. You're rapping and you don't even know why the fuck you're rapping."
'Cause that-
and I'm like,
But he knows why he's rapping. He's
No.
rapping to make money.
but he don't know, right? But
I don't love it.
right? And
But
that's
he knows.
and that's the difference, though. The people that are listening to him
Yeah.
like him for what that is. That's why he's not. He's not the top spitter.
That-
he's
No,
not a
hell
top.
no.
He'll
No,
never
no.
be. He may get money, but he's never going to be a top person in the game. With, like
No,
like that.
no.
Longevity, like a Nas.
I don't think so.
Somebody.
I'd be shocked if that happened.
Even Exhibit.
Yo, that
He's
little
never gonna be
Zan
known,
guy, that
someone like
little
that.
Zan guy the other
That's
day.
why. That's where motherfuckers are getting music twisted.
That
They're
little-
not leaving
listen.
their mark like that.
That little Zan guy the other day gave Tupac a 2 and said he didn't make anything that was dope.
And where's his music at?
Little Zan? This guy's named after a drug?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, he's a loser.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. Where's his music at? And he give him a 2.
He give him a
And
2.
Tupac ain't the best, but he's saying some shit.
Well, and he's just like, yo, his music was no good.
And that's what I don't. But I always look back to. I remember when I was younger, and I'm listening to my mom's music, and I'm listening to her, and this is the music should be listened to, and blah blah blah, and I'm listening to it. But then when I put my stuff on, she tell me turn it off, no, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But that's where the shit stops because they don't listen. They won't cross over like that to understand this is where it's coming from to cross it over, except they stop it and then start doing their own thing and take it a different way, and people ain't following that.
Well, the drugged up ones, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's where they stop it and then start taking it their own way, and people ain't following that, man.
But it
I'm-
went from drug dealers to drug users. You know what I mean?
You
Like
a
the
grown
whole
ass man.
game.
Yo, I'm,
Switched.
My voice is cracking and shit, but you a grown ass man. I'm a grown ass man. I ain't listening to no young 23-year-old talk like how I was talking 15 years ago and think he's the shit. He ain't the shit to me. Them young motherfuckers, yes. I want to hear you put another album out. You do some shit with your music. Do a couple things. Let me see that.
Yeah.
And then-
so
and
you
then-
got some kind of
Right.
longevity before you be making statements like
like a
that.
Kendrick, like a J. Cole,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
these people that are,
I think that you're
can maneuver
crazy.
like that,
Yeah.
that can do this, but still have it behind them to come out like that.
Yeah.
Not just make. At a point, we was making music as 365 that we had to stop because it's too much. We gotta direct it a different way now, and that's when we disband. Then
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Growth.
Yeah.
Growth.
But like you said, you know, you've been feeling it out on the solo tip. You've been growing. You know what I mean? Same thing with Sean P. though. Look at Sean P. He never blossomed until he was solo, right?
Exactly. My first project, my Knuckle Up, that wasn't even an album. It wasn't even supposed to be an album. It was supposed to be songs for a 365 album.
Yeah.
And when shit didn't pan out the right way, I gathered those songs and I put shit together for me to make an album. When I did that, I took the rest of the 365 songs and I put that album out. Once all those songs were done, that's when I was like, okay, yo, we need a Craze album. We started making a Craze album. School started making his album. School came out and Craze came out the same year.
Yeah.
10 years.
And I
almost
remember
10
because
years.
he had the CD, both CDs.
Short Shane started working on his shit
Yeah.
at the same time, and his shit came out a year later.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's always what's going on. When am I supposed to be involved in? But like I said, I just told my homie Sess. I just told Sess. For me, I want to make this in the same as him. He wants to put this Wild Bunch album out. This Wild Bunch, the Wild Bunch album is me and him.
Overdue.
Him with Mad Production, him with me, and some of the artists that we know, Foff and Miracle, and you know what I mean, just a few artists that people know. But it's a project that we trying to do, almost reminiscent of a Ground Squad shit, but it's not like that. It's new shit.
It's its own shit.
It's its own era, its own step. It's a breath of fresh air of group shit.
Yeah.
Of group shit that's official and official. like slaughterhouse shit and some serious spitters, and you're gonna have good concepts and shit. I want to do this album and put that out with him, just so I know I'm comfortable putting my new shit out. I don't want to put. I'm not even. I'm ready to do it, but I'm not ready to even sit down and do it.
Speaking of, a minute ago, we were sort of talking about like the change in music, the new guys sort of thing. You're not someone. As you said, you're someone who wants to grow, and there's lots of things about new stuff that you embrace. Like, what is it? Some new person that you listen to? Like, is it what is something that's current that you like?
Well, man,
because I like to hear when old heads also appreciate something new. Because I think too often it's just old heads. We just hear old heads being like, "That's no good."
Yeah,
but there's
I'm
lots
not
of
like
dope
that.
music right now.
Freak, man. Chevy Price, man. That's my cousin. And I'm just talking about people around, Nova
You
Scotia,
shut up,
Halifax. Chevy Price, that's my cousin. That's my
Hell
fam.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love when I hear music from her because there's not many females going hard like she go hard.
That's so true.
You know what I mean? So I love when I see her doing it. She gives me that. She lets me know that
Have you guys
the
collabed?
lane is open. We have, but I don't know if it was released.
I think
But
that'd
we
be
did.
nice.
We have.
Maybe that'd be a good look.
I'm in a video of hers, and that's just it. You know what I mean? Like her.
So what about the current era do you think is something that you sort of like feel I'm wondering about that change over time. Like, you're someone who's aware of their craft and says like, I feel I'm changing into this new version of me now. I'm just kind of wondering, like, what is that? Like, talk to me a little bit. What are you thinking? Like, what's different? Like, is it a change in the lyrics or the production or is it still the same kind of
I think
kick in the door, get on the floor type attitude?
You know
or
what
like,
the real whole thing is? It's me being a man and me being a father because I have two sons, and me losing my father.
Right.
That I have two sons, and as long as I've been doing what I've been doing, I know I have two sons that I'm here looking at me. That when I look for my dad, and I know that they could be looking for me when I'm not there. Right. That gives me a whole perspective of
what you put in that music,
where to put my time.
Right.
You know what I mean? My sons will be. I mean, how can I not? Any father that still want to do that. You know what I mean? I always want to be for my kids, but if something comes up that I can't be there, mom knows I can't be there, and it's not like I can't be there. I'm going to do this for them and for us.
Yeah,
that's pretty much, or else I'd be there.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm never giving up on my dream because my dream helps us live.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So.
And you've been moving a lot the last couple of years, man.
That's what I mean. Like, I can't give up on my dream because my dream still helps us live. I work, I rap, and I act in my life. That's what I wake up and do. At any point, I could be called to go act. I could be called for a show, a tour, or this. But every day, I wake up and go to work. Yeah. I have to go to work.
It's providing, you know what I mean?
Right. And that's going back to number one right there. Off of something different, not music, but having something else that's not me, and have me to provide for them. That's my number one. And then the music and everything else, and I make that work around my life.
Do you find it easier to take care of like somebody else than take care of yourself?
No.
No?
No.
No?
No. Okay. I take care of me because I'm cheap. My son's not cheap.
Oh, I see what you mean.
My wife's not cheap.
Oh, I didn't mean that way. No, I didn't mean that way.
When I say that, I mean
because you seem to find a lot of motivation in taking care, like
but we need shit.
of what you got to do.
And he got to have good sneakers to play ball. He got to have that sweater with his name on his arm. He got to go to daycare knowing that he got a good jacket on his back and going to play and snow. When it comes to me, I don't give a shit about what I got now because I make anybody that sees me out and see me wearing the same shit, I don't give a fuck because I know that I can get whatever I need whenever I want it.
Right.
So why am I spending all my money now? I don't need to do that no more. No. I'll be the same person I am. That's why you always see me in black.
Yeah.
Black is my favorite color. I'm forever mourning.
Yeah, you said this earlier.
You know what I mean?
What are you forever mourning?
My father and my brother. Right. My brother was the first person I lost at that age. For me, and at that point, being that young, 6 years old, turning 7, knowing what I know now, losing my brother, being the first person I ever lost in my life, knowing that and growing as a person makes me know that life's not all about me. If my brother could be gone, I could be gone. My dad's gone. My best friend gone. My little son is 4 years old. He's older than my brother was. I cherish that shit.
Yeah.
I cherish it. And I'm just living for the moment of what I can do. Can't do no more than, God never puts more on your plate than what you can bear. I believe in that shit.
Can you give us that verse?
I can't give you that because I don't believe in, I believe in, but I don't, like, I ain't that deep in it.
Oh, no, I don't mean the biblical verse. I mean from earlier.
Oh, wow.
Remember the unreleased?
Oh, the Gotta Live verse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What did
Yeah.
I say?
I want to take you back. I didn't forget about that, man.
Struggle,
A chance to get you, you know.
mother, my brother, my
Take a
kids.
second here. I just want to say, by the way, that during the show, you may or may not see the Uncle Catfish occasionally enjoy a type of cigarette that will soon be legal. And that is often rolled up in our fine sponsor, Canadian Lumber.
Holla.
That being said, go check them out on the internets or
Canadian
wherever.
Lumber.
Also,
lit.
while he thinks about other stuff, I want to give IV a little shout out. Well, you're a perfect person to have here. There's an album on the table. I'm going to grab it here. Hold on a sec. There's an album here on the table
Oh yeah,
called Two Bad Dudes, and
Yeah.
Fortunato is the homie, and also like
Shout out to
he's
Fortunato,
Fortunato's the
definitely.
shit.
a
We're gonna
great
get him on
guy.
the show soon. But man, IV, congratulations! This is an ECMA nominated album right here.
Thank you
Mad
very much.
respect.
Talk to
Definitely
me
big ups to
about
that.
this for a second. Talk to me about for a second.
this-
While you get ready with your bars.
This whole thing was just like a little. I mean, well, it wasn't a little thing. Fortunato, I always been feeling him since he was down. Pause.
I got it.
Been feeling his
I caught that
work
pause hard.
since
Oh, yeah.
you know, he was with this in that little group that he had,
Oh,
Angerville.
Angerville.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know. Shout out to his homie too, though, because I know his homie,
Yeah,
the other guy that was in there and stuff. And
yeah.
I was supposed to do some stuff with him that we just never got back together
Right.
on. But
And they were nice, like
Mad
back then,
respect.
right?
exactly.
So, like, you know, I understand why you want to get down, and they
No,
were nice.
definitely.
But you know,
Fucking vibe, man.
he was doing this.
Sean P. All comes together.
You know what it is.
He was doing.
He was doing these like beat things. Hermit did one.
He I forget what they were called.
Track battles.
Track battles. They were
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
So,
back and
like,
forth.
He'd get like an MC to come, or two MCs to come in, and a producer, and the producer would play a few beats. The MCs would pick their own beats, and then they'd write and spit, and
All
it was
in an
all
hour,
like
something?
it was like an hour and a half, the whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But they make a little like
That's
you
not
know
bad. That's not
20
bad for
minute,
doing
half
all
hour.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all like it was all timed. Everything was timed. So like, you
Yeah,
know,
it was
boom,
cool.
they went
it was
in.
a cool
and-
idea.
So he came down and filmed a couple of those at the old studio, and I was like, the second time he came down, he was like, "Yo, I want to book some studio time." So we got in. Every song on this album was recorded in one session.
That's serious.
In one session
Serious.
at the old studio after we did the track battle video. So
That's
like.
dope. Big ups to that.
One thing about
and-
Fortunato that I just want to get down. You're talking about this.
Super
He's
prepared,
so
man.
prepared and so
Yeah.
proficient,
So
and he's
prepared.
should be a role model. I think about studio time.
Can I say something to
Don't
you?
waste your time. Be ready when
Can I
you
say
go.
something to you though?
Please.
I want to shout out one of the executive producers on my Hard Headed album,
Yeah.
Lil King, Ryan Smith, aka Ryan Smith. He knows that whenever I recorded the album with him, and I never wrote one lyric down for that whole album on paper. I went in with nothing.
Jay-Z that shit?
The whole album.
Yeah.
I mean, mind you, I had my tracks and I knew what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
When I showed up to the studio, I had no phone or
go.
no. I went in the booth and put headphones on and spit all my
From the
parts.
heart.
So, but I didn't write nothing down. I thought every lyric in my head,
Boom.
and had them. And when I went in with the tracks, I put them out. I did not write nothing down, nothing with that album, nothing.
Hit us with that
Crazy.
verse, man.
I don't have a piece of paper with any of those lyrics from that album.
Wow.
None.
You
I
know
mean,
what? Wait. If you
that's-
wait
that's
like
the type
10
of shit-
years,
that's
Joe
a-
Run is gonna create that shit.
That's the type of shit that I was doing.
It's gonna be
That's
his
what-
new thing.
That's what Shane and
Lyrics
School
no one
had,
ever wrote
that
down.
influence of those motherfuckers, knowing where I come from, the spitters I'm around. I gotta shout out Nathan C too, man. Nathan C.
Man, Nathan
because he's a
C.
powerful
name
spitter
drop
too, man.
is like the most
He's-
name drop
Man,
name
look,
on this
look,
podcast.
Look,
Nate
that's your next guest
Nate
right there,
C.
man. Looney Tunes.
and Short.
Oh, Nate C. gotta
And
come
Looney
up in here and
Tunes,
talk to us.
Nate C and Looney Tunes.
Let's make a space here. What is this verse you're gonna give the people?
The one you want to hear?
I'm one I want to hear.
The one
I haven't heard it, but it's the one I want to hear.
It's unreleased. It's off a school track.
All right.
It's called "Gotta Live."
Okay.
But what I'm talking about is just me gotta live, and I'm living for my kid.
All right.
And it's some of the realest shit. When at that point I
Some
spit
of the
some
realest shit you ever
I said,
wrote.
Life's a struggle, so I hustle to eat. If not, what the hell I'm supposed to feed my seed? He need more than just a picture of me. Look in my eyes, you see my father when you looking at me. Better yet, you see your father when you looking at me. On the grind, cause I know my father looking at me, watching me do what I do, being all I can be, taking nothing for granted, cause this world ain't free. I ask myself, is there more to life? And there gotta be. And I know it when I look at my son and I see him smile at me. That's why I do all I can to make him proud of me. This one is dedicated to anyone that ever doubted me. Since day one is crazy, son, and they dumb if they don't know that's where I get most of my game from. I hustle like a thief in the night, on the move in this cash chase, moving at a fast pace.
John C.
Let me ask you a question. You
Yes,
came in
you did.
tonight prepared for the interview a little bit with a cup over here. I don't know if you could hold that up for this camera over here so we can see what's on the cup.
Oh,
You came prepared with something, like you brought something from home here to.
It's my little wrestling cup, man.
Yeah,
it's
so-
one of my collectibles.
Are you you brought a
drink.
collectible tonight?
Yeah, I drink and I smoke.
And you're a
I keep
collector
it
of
real
wrestling
that this
memorabilia?
is- Yeah, I'm just giving you the people: John Cena and CM Punk, Rey Mysterio.
Who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
The Ultimate Warrior, man.
Oh, good
I gotta
choice.
say the
That's
Ultimate
a
Warrior.
great choice.
Yeah, just because he was super
He was
crazy.
iconic.
But
Changed the game.
The Rock, with his talk,
Yeah.
start to finish,
Slick talk.
early to finish, like The Rock. And I know some other shit about The Rock that I'll just leave it at that.
No,
that it makes sense to me when I see it going down. I know what it is.
Because he's like from here.
You know
Right,
some other
but I
shit.
know some shit with that because he's from here,
Yeah.
and I know some other shit.
What do you mean when you see it going down? Like when you see
When
his
he's-
career moving the way it is?
And how he acts in one of my cousins, and from there, you know what I mean. He's from here, and I know, and
It's a lot of innuendo.
man. I can't. I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble saying some shit like that. But I mean.
Well, we have a really dedicated
here,
fan
look.
base,
Well,
and I
here,
want
look.
them to research that
You
deeply.
can just tell he's Scotian.
He's,
Right.
Yeah, you can
right,
tell.
Right.
Could you give us
His-
like even just a small
his
piece?
people is
How do you
related to
tell
my
he's
people.
Scotian?
His people is related to my people.
Yeah, I've heard that he's got
Somebody that's in my family is
related to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you say in his the way he operates? That just like a small thing that you would consider
As soon as he
Scotian.
grabs the mic. As soon as you grab the mic. As soon as you grab the mic.
What is it about? Okay, wait,
Got that, man. As soon as you
bigger
grab the
question
mic,
then.
You grabbing the mic, man. When you grab the mic, it's on.
What's
And it's
special
on.
about a
You can tell that
Scotian
about- he lit
MC?
it
then?
up. That's-
What makes
that's what it
Scotian
is.
MCs unique? Because it sounds like that's what you're saying, right? You can hear that Scotian
Right.
flavor in him. What is
Right. We don't. It's the movement. It's the how you're saying whatever you're saying. You command attention.
that? Right.
You command attention.
A true MC.
I'm right.
Master
I-
of Sin.
Right.
Running it.
I'm spitting. That's that and that.
The reason I brought the cup up is two things. One, you're a big wrestling fan.
Well, 100%.
But the other one
I grew up
was,
on
you said
wrestling.
something that I
grew up on
really
wrestling.
wanted to dig into, which is that you said that you invented the pimp cup.
Well, I didn't invent the pimp. I did not invent the pimp cup because I didn't take it to that level. But I've been drinking out of a cup, drinking and driving. I was doing that a long time ago.
Allegedly.
Well, I was
Readily
doing that a
admitting.
long time ago because I
Allegedly.
already dealt with that. I already dealt with that, though.
Allegedly.
But I already dealt with that though. I know myself. I already dealt with that.
Do
And
you have
I-
a non-disclosure agreement?
No, I'm good.
Do you have
man.
any non-disclosure
No, I
agreements?
don't have no agreements. I don't have
No
no
agreements?
No agreements. No agreements.
No agreements?
No
No
agreements.
disagreements?
No agreements.
Okay.
I have no
It was
agreements.
crazy when that shit happened,
I'm
though,
good,
man.
man.
When you had the accident,
No,
though.
dude. Well,
Wait,
yeah,
what?
that was something crazy.
Because I saw you that night.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy because I knew myself.
Can you tell us
As I
the
was
story?
driving, I knew I was good, but it's not the fact to say I'm not preaching that drinking and getting behind the wheel is good. I'm just saying, as everything was going, we were fine.
Yeah.
When no,
I know
no,
you was
no,
lit
no.
that night though.
No,
I saw
no.
you though.
No, but
I'm just saying.
certain circumstances happen, and I just try to get in the other lane. There was
Yeah.
no traffic in that.
Yeah, no, it was late at night. There
and-
wouldn't have been no traffic.
And I wasn't speeding. I wasn't speeding because there was no reason to. I was just
Yeah.
going over out of the other lane.
Yeah.
And as I came out of the other lane, when I was getting out of it, I remember saying to myself, "No, you shouldn't have did that." And from there, it was almost a blackout now because I knew what was about to happen.
What
And
happened?
I crashed. I flipped. I was in a bad car accident. Very bad. Like flipped 8, 6, 7, 8, 9 times in the car with my wife in the car. Like
jeez.
life on the line. Second time doing that shit. That's crazy.
It was crazy. I seen him at we
Me
was at
being in an
Winston's.
accident like that too, right? Like that's crazy in itself. You know what I mean? Like I'm lucky to be here after my homie Shane too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was hurt very badly. My wife wasn't hurt at all. But what you talking about? And then I went and did a show like 5 days later or some shit.
Because
and
you were
then
at that happened on
I was fucked up
Saturday.
still. And
He was
saw the
at
show.
my house on Monday.
Yeah, man.
With
That's how
school,
much. That's how dedicated
recording.
of what I was doing, and still, regardless,
Damn.
man, I'm gonna be there, man. I gotta do.
How'd you
what
get
I'm-
hurt? Like, what was? I mean, I know you got
Well,
hurt
I
because
got
the car
a
flipped, but
flip-
like, what happened to you?
Like
Like
I had stitches on my head,
concussions and
my
shit.
neck. I probably had
Your back, by any
concussions,
chance?
No,
Your neck?
my collarbone and
Not your
my ribs. Fuck those up and shit. And
Yikes.
I was hurt for a minute. I'm still feeling the pain and stuff of it now, but I'm all right. I'm still good. It's just I do certain things and I feel what it's because of what it's from. You know
So there's like effects that just linger.
yeah.
I remember
But-
being home after the club and the cops were flying by my house. Zing, zing, zing. 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. And I was like, oh man,
Man.
something happened. Because they're flying.
Man, everything happened for
And they
a
were going to
reason,
that.
though. You know what I mean? Like the first time I was in one of those accidents that I had, because I had a few, but you know, I thank the Lord I'm here. The first one I was in, I wasn't even hurt, and I flipped like 8 or 9 times. I wasn't even hurt. You know what I mean? And I come out and I get on the ground and I pray. Pray because I know I'm thankful to be alive right now. I'm not even hurt. And then this happened. When this one happened, I was just like, I was so in shock that I didn't know that I was hurt. I didn't know I was hurt until they told me I could leave from the hospital.
Right.
And when I went to make a move, I yelled because I was hurt and I could feel the pain now. Then they came
Adrenaline's
back
a
and
crazy
right,
thing.
Right, my adrenaline was
Crazy
crazy.
drug.
Man, I
What?
can't say nothing.
What?
What do you want me to say?
That pause. What are you thinking of when you say man?
I'm thinking of my father. I'm thinking of Shane. I'm thinking of my brother.
You think about
That's-
You think about them all the time, don't you?
Every day. That's why I wear black. I'm forever mourning. Forever. I will never forget my brother. Will never forget my father. Will never forget Shane.
Yeah.
Shane is a part of one of the brothers that I am. When my brother and my father was gone, he is one of me. He is one of everybody. Everybody claims him. If they're claiming him, they should know me too. They should fucking know me too. That's all. And for what I'm doing, I'm living what we started to do, man. That's all I want to do. And live what and do what I wanted to do just to be what it is. That's what it is, man. I'm hard-headed, man. I know what the fuck it
Knucklehead?
is. Knuckle up.
Yeah.
Hard-headed?
Hard-headed.
That's
It
true.
looks like it all comes together there,
It
though.
does,
man.
man. It
Speaking
does.
of that album, that was like the last solo album that came out. That's true.
What's
this
that?
one right here. Hard-Headed?
Hard-Headed.
That's the most
that,
recent?
That was my most recent
Yeah.
album. That's
I
my
want to
second
move
album.
to the one that's going to come. Because we talked a little bit about influences and things like that. Is there anything like thematically that you're thinking about? Like, I really want to get this down, or like, because I feel like there's a lot of things, as you've shown tonight, there's a lot of things that you want to talk about. And I'm just wondering if there's anything where you're like, that's something I really want to write a track about, or maybe it is something you've already written a track about. I'm just wondering, like, what should we be expecting from you in that change? Like, what would mark a change for you? What would make you go, this is different than the stuff I did before?
It's not even marking a change. It's me just
It's
saying
about
what
pissing
needs
on
to
territory.
be said.
What?
Me saying what needs to be said.
What needs to be
from me.
said, though?
It's just me speaking about what people don't know how I really feel about Shane passing. People don't know about my feelings about my father and my brother, and
So is this going to
they
be a
don't know
more
how my
sensitive
life,
album?
how I grew up. Well, but it's a grown up album. But I want it to be an adventure and be fun too. I want it to be fun. I want it to be an adventure. I want it to, it's gotta and gonna show its growth.
Right.
Because of what I've been through and what I've seen. It's coming together. It's been together for a second. It's just a matter of feeling right, hearing the right beats, letting them beats come to me, the right people.
I
bringing
can't
it
wait to
together.
hear, man. I can't wait to see where this goes.
And I almost
Personally.
go ahead.
Okay. I was going to ask you something
I
different.
want to say this though.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to cut that off because I want to ask you something
I
different.
want it to be
So
like
finish that.
like only built for Cuban links, like a Sean Price type,
That would be fantastic.
but like Muddy Waters, Redman type.
Yeah.
That's what my, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Delivery with bars, but
Yeah.
the people that's on it is not just people that are on it, but if this new nigga, you never heard this new motherfucker, or you heard him, but yo, fuck.
I don't know if we were
That's a-
talking
that's a
about this
track,
on
and
air or
it's-
not,
it's
but you're
gonna
like
be something
EPMD.
that's
You want to
gonna
put
be-
them on.
But exactly, I want to fuck with you and I want to work with you because I know that you're doing something. I want to bring a sound to my sound. I want to bring you in my sound and see if I can fuck with you. You know what I mean? We can make something happen. Let's fuck with this track, yo. Blah, blah, blah. Well, how are we going to make, and then, I get to working because for me, I don't want it to be the same shit. You know what I mean? When I say the same shit, I mean, I want to show that I got growth and the stories behind.
I can't wait to see
even
it.
if it's.
I really can't.
You're gonna see you'll see the growth. You will see the
There's a
growth
lot.
in me and my delivery and the songs, what's being presented, the mood. It's an adventure.
I can't wait for that. I think it's going to be
It's
important.
adventure,
But I want to
man.
ask you
It's
something
growth.
else about different aspect of your like illustrious thus far career. But before we even go further, you'll come back for another one, right? Another one?
Always, I have more reasons to come back because I'm part of a lot of shit.
I want to ask you something though.
I'm part of a lot of shit.
Around here, Trailer Park Boys, we know that it's had huge reach. We know that, and you can feel that. Like we know it's this big phenomenon. I mean, it's on Netflix, and we know there are a lot of eyeballs look at that. Like we know,
there.
but from your can you give us an example of a time where you maybe saw it have a bigger or wider influence than maybe we would even understand as somebody who's
I don't even know, man. You guys know.
people all around the world are into
Right.
that show.
I mean,
Do you get
I can only
fan
say-
mail from
I get-
people all
well, I
around the
get
world
that,
and
I
stuff?
get that all the time on my IG.
You do?
People hit me up all the time, and they direct message me request message, and you gotta accept. And
From where? Where are they hitting you up from?
Ireland, Australia, United Kingdom.
People love it. You know what I mean? I think that's amazing. We kind of are used to it. I
Minnesota,
think we're oh yeah, the
Florida.
Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, they're from here. Yeah,
Man.
And then, but it's huge.
I think it's crazy.
It might be
because
one of the biggest things
I
Nova
think-
Scotia's ever
I
done
don't know if a lot of-
globally.
For me, I don't know if a lot of. I don't know if these people know if they like me because they see me on the show and they know I do a live show that they want me to come to their show. But I always ask them, do you guys know I actually rap? I'm a fucking rapper before I'm an actor.
I saw you on YouTube clip of doing some research. Going through your garbage and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I wear gloves though, so you know. But
You're supposed
I saw
to.
you starting out a show. It was in Ottawa, I think, and you
Yeah.
were basically like kind of what you're just saying. You're like, yo, like I know you know me from the show, and I'm glad you're here. Shout out to that. Like, got to cheer for it. Cool, cool. But tonight, this is some rap shit that I've been at long before that. Before you know me, like
Right.
kind of what you're just saying.
I-
Do you have is there times where the crowd comes out and is looking for like, you know, tea, like looking for Trailer Park Boy, and they're like
But
getting
I-
mad craze in their face?
But to them, I am Trailer Park Boy because that's what they know.
So they don't know a
They
difference.
don't know, but they don't know Mad Craze because when I travel, they don't know Mad Craze because they don't know my group because they don't heard the music.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't know that. They just know Take It From There, my video. They know it's just music, my video, what they see on YouTube and shit like that. I ain't pointing at it. I'm just
No, I was just checking the cameras.
But they don't know that. So when they watch the show, they don't know that I'm a fucking rapper.
Right.
Some of them probably do now are catching on. But I mean, they didn't
So do
never
some
know.
people come to your shows don't know you're a rapper?
Yes.
What are they expecting you're gonna do? Just like
I don't know. Like, I'm not a fucking comedian.
that's what I mean.
the
Like
fuck
no
was you-
insult. Like I think you could grab a mic and
but
not
I-
rap and
but
be
I am
entertaining.
funny. I am funny.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
could see you
Joe-
just being.
I'm not Joe
Hell yeah,
Pesci.
man.
Don't test me. I can.
And
make
you could roast some
laugh.
people too.
I
if
can make you
need be.
laugh. Yes.
Snap, snap.
Don't test me.
And
I
don't
can-
suck your
yes.
teeth either.
Right. I
Right?
get you.
Some rules
I
to
get
life.
you. Right.
I'm learning things.
Right.
tonight.
It's a raw roast. It's the wrong roast. Not the right roast. When you roast white hosts, fuck a white ghost.
Can you roast a white host like right now?
No, I would never do that, man. Not on your
I thought you were about to go in on me there.
No,
You're like, I'm gonna
just-
roast
I
a
was
white
just-
host.
You asked me to try to freestyle.
You look
too,
like
right?
white
I was
toast
just
and
going off on some
Oh,
shit. I
some
was
shit. I appreciate it.
getting in the zone, man. But I'm saying, no, on some real shit though. Like, I would never do that, man. But
People when you're at a show, they're showing up and they're thinking they're getting, you know, the guy they saw on TV, and they
Right.
don't know that you're gonna hit them with bars and be like an experienced veteran rapper
but
who's got a career.
a question.
and, you know,
That's a question you have to ask somebody that's with me, like Sess, or School, or Rude Dog, or somebody. Because as this is happening, because we don't roll with security, we're just rolling.
well, you.
This is happening to me, and now they see I'm getting cornered, and people are stopping me. They stop and come back and come in and say to them, blah blah blah, yo, yeah. And then the nigga that ain't the rapper and shit, that's just there, wrong. He come through, hey, hold his weight down, let me come through. Then they say, yo, if you want pictures, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I don't roll like that, man. I don't. If you,
I
want
just
a
wonder
picture,
what they-
I just if I get bum rushed like that, I even say like back. I'll get to the point like, yo, you gotta back the fuck up. Come on, man.
Yeah, you got to back the fuck up.
Back
Let me
the
ask you a
fuck up,
question.
man.
Who's the most
I dig it.
underrated or slept on MC that you've ever seen in this city? Someone that you're like, man, why are they not popping?
Besides any people I know, as in like Craze.
No, just anybody.
No,
Somewhere
but
you're
I'm,
like,
I'm gonna say somebody
yeah.
besides my people,
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
because we all been, and this person been doing this thing too. But somebody that I really is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
If I'm around here too,
Yeah.
yeah, I think he knows too, man. But Nathan C, man,
Yeah.
Yes.
We got to
Fucking,
get that. We
you
got
know
to
what I
make
mean?
that
Quan
happen.
Peter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
he did
motherfucker,
great.
man, Nate
He had
Cruz.
great features on
That
the
motherfucker,
Boom Bap
man.
Project.
He
When he
is
when
a
he did put
creator,
that out with
man.
Mills in there,
Yeah.
he had great
Style
features on
and
that.
flow
Yeah.
and rhyme.
He's amazing.
Pace and delivery. That's where Shane comes in, because Shane and him had the vibe together that they just, when we did a track in 95 or 96, Ooh La La, man, that was our first fucking track over a real beat where Looney Tunes and our DJ Ruckus sat down and looped the beat, and man, they went in, and I mean School, Short, Nathan, big fella, Unknown, Reed. I was supposed to go in, but I didn't like the end of the track, so Looney Tunes went in and killed the
shit.
track, man.
Crazy.
I didn't go in on it. And that track is our first track on a beat that we made. That's official beat.
Crazy.
Like, we made other beats too that was just fuck around beat. We fuck with these guys. This is some shit that we was That ooh la la la.
It's the way that we rock when we're doing our thing.
Killing. But Nathan C, man. Nathan C is like a bust of rhymes to me, man. He can spit mellow. He can got energy. He knows how to bring the delivery. He's so... And another person, too, is Trobiz, man. Trobiz.
Shout out to Trobiz, man.
Trobiz is a mad scientist, too, man.
Trobiz is a real dope musician.
He has
man.
his own work
He
ethic
knows.
and
He
how
makes
he
smooth,
moves and
jazzy
stuff.
beats.
He's a mad scientist, man.
He
knows.
is.
He
That
just
pedigree's
moves in his own
ridiculous.
way, and
His
Yeah,
production is
But I
just
give him mad love.
So
next
dope.
level.
It
I
is.
give him mad love, man, because
He
he
should have
got
been
that ear too,
getting
man.
paid down in the States in early
Yes.
2000s when all that shit was
Yes.
popping. Like, he could have made so much money.
Yeah,
We
man.
gotta
Down
get
in the
Tro on
States,
here.
man.
Can I tell a little story real quick?
Please
I'll tell a
do.
little story about back in the day.
Please do. Set the stage.
Okay, well,
Hey, before you do that, can I have some of your rum?
you can, if that's for
Oh,
my
bud.
rum, you can have some. If that's my rum, you can have some.
That's your
son.
rum there, you know, the
Yeah,
guest rum coming through.
19
Shout out to Appleton for that sponsorship.
Holla, Jamaica, killing. I went to the estates and had mad samples.
We have that
That's
sponsorship
what-
where
that's what
we
turned
pay
me
full
on.
price,
That's what
and
turned
they
me on.
like
Appleton.
don't even know that we exist. It's one of those sponsorships. It's a dope one.
That's even better.
It's a dope one.
That's even
It's
better.
cool. It's cool. They let us drink it.
Killing.
Anywho,
Sweating
listen,
over
man.
here,
I wanna say thank you so much for spending so much time with us here in the cut, sharing your stories. Like one of the things that you said in here was about giving flowers, and I really want to say like
Man,
of the
people
work
have
that
to have
you've
them.
been doing, like the amount of albums that we can trace you through and back to, and the influences that you've had. There's been so much that goes on there to build that web and that network that really makes a scene. And I just want to say, like, you know, straight up, like, thank you for what you've put in to all those years of doing that. And that
Yes, sir.
payoff is maybe still
Salute
coming
to
for
you, my
you,
man.
but that payoff has happened for a lot of people every time they bump one of your tracks again and again as their get up and go song, as their like whatever
glad,
song.
man.
That
I'm
payoff for
glad,
them
man.
is every time.
I'm glad,
you
man.
are that dope
And
for
I-
some people,
and
they hit it and they love it.
And just on something that, you know, like I went through something with somebody in Sackville that didn't believe that I was one of the fucking forefathers of Sackville rap. That, and we just had a little
they
thing. And
wrong.
I told him, you better check back who, check back who was. I was there. That's me.
Yeah.
I was
That's
there
right.
before they. So
Yeah.
and that's all I want for people to know. Even and for Shane, for me, is to know that Mad Craze is the shit. But for him to know that I'm carrying out whatever we did, even if I don't say Mad Craze anymore.
Hell yeah.
And I'm just going solo and I'm fucking with people and I'm doing my thing and I'm
sure he's
carrying
super
on
proud of you, man.
what we fucking, you know what I mean, when school wasn't there and it was just me and him, and then through the trials and tribulations up until he passed, he knows that I'm somebody that's carrying on what me and him did and what we started when he wasn't there, when school was there.
That's
and
honorable as
my whole
fuck,
legacy.
my man.
And even I gotta shout out Mr. Finch, because that motherfucker is somebody that was there, that's seen and knows
Yeah.
that he's my son's godfather.
Shout out.
So he got me in a position too.
Yeah.
So he's somebody that's always there with me, that knows Short Shane that way. That
Right. People that want to check you, people that want to see you, where's the next place you're going to be? What's happening next in your world?
right now I'm about to go on tour, doing
It's
a
an
little
interesting tour. Who are you going on tour with?
with Sam Lasco, Sam
Who's
Tarasco
Sam Lasco?
from the Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
It's called The Grease Across the East. Me and him, you know what I mean? The Grease.
And what do you
Across
expect
the
when you
East.
go to this show? What are people going to get?
They're gonna get a little taste of Trailer Park life.
Nice.
You know what I mean? On this side and that side. You know what I mean? Upside down, inside out.
Should be interesting.
So, I mean, me and Sam toured together before. You know what I mean? A couple of times before. This will be our second time in Newfoundland together, but we're going across the Maritimes.
Lovely.
In New Brunswick, PEI, hopefully Halifax, and another show in Nova Scotia get hooked up. They're supposed to be added, but
Okay.
we'll see. But we
Where
got
do people go to check that shit out? To figure out if you're
you
coming
go
to their town?
the diamondmineagency.com. Check that out. The Diamond Mine Agency.
And what about Trailer Park? I mean, some new stuff's just
Season
about to
12,
pop. It's
baby.
about to
If
pop.
people don't know, it's coming out. Season 12 is on Netflix.
Let it
March
be said
30th.
for the record, you're one of the few people. There's like 6 people that have been on like every episode or every season.
Well, I've been from the start.
That's what I mean. Every
Season
season.
1, yeah.
Like if you look
My
at
name-
the
my
look at
name
the
is in the
Wikipedia,
credits.
which may not be
12
right.
seasons,
Sorry.
man.
Every season, like there's some people we all know this who have been on every
why
season,
people
and
gotta-
you're one of the people
And
that's
let me-
also
let
been
me-
on
let
every
me-
season of that show.
Let me
Every
say,
season.
shout out Mr. Finch, but / shout out Billy Ho, because he know every season since day one.
Yeah,
I am since day one.
yeah. When's that drop? When's season 12 drop?
March 30th. March 30th.
Any exciting?
Netflix.
Anything exciting?
Well, you know what the
planned
Rock
for the
Pile's
launch?
doing. The Rock Pile's always up to the same old shit, different day, right? So,
Bigger and better every season.
right. We're plotting and scheming and smoking and drinking.
I love it. I love it. Where can people follow you? You know, social media. They want to holler at you. They want to check you out as you go,
If
as you do
people-
your travels.
If people follow me, just check me on Instagram.
What's that?
Knucklehead_365. I don't do anything else. I don't do Facebook, Twitter.
Word.
I don't like social media that much.
Word.
But Instagram I do like for some reason. It got my attention.
Yo,
so
man,
follow me on that.
look right in this camera. Give shout outs to the people that need some love out there.
Man, listen, shout out to Catfish. Shout out to IV. IV, I got mad love for IV. Me and him got a mad history anyways. We didn't
sir.
even get into that part of
That's
the
part
history
two. That's part
of
two.
everything. But IV, Catfish. Shout out to the Cut podcast. You know what it is. Man, I want to shout out Mr. Finch. I want to shout out Mad Craze, School. I got to shout out Short Shane, Big Fella, Unknown, my whole Mad Craze team, my family, anybody else. You know what I mean? That I make music with, Sess. You know what I mean? Wild Bunch coming. Motherfuckers know who they are.
yeah.
If you fucking with me, come fuck with me. Holla.
Yeah.
I'm that motherfucker. You know what it is, man. Mad Crazy, the squad. Tyrone P, Knucklehead is who I be.
Word.
Respects for coming through, my bro.
Ivy, as always, man. Thank you so much.
Another
Good
great
to
week.
see
Another
you.
great week.
People
niggas,
out
man.
there, do us a favor. Go subscribe to the channel. And remember, tell the people that you care about that you care about them. It helps smooth out the whole world, makes it easier for us all to move. And we are gone.
Remember this day? Remember you got him, Ricky? Remember went right in his beehole. This is a wake-up call right now, boys. Because it's time to grow up, especially you two.
Wakey, wakey time.
Ricky. I'm insane, everybody! Go, Tom, go. Who pissed on the sandwiches? Reinvested every penny into making beer. Lock it down. Ricky!
This beer's delicious.
Jesus, Murphy. Look at me now. Come a long way.
You dirty bastard!
Scares me a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean massively.
No! No! No!
Have you ever been tested for a learning disorder?
You ever been tested for being a
Boop, boop. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch! Where is it, boys? I lost it. What's that? We're going down.